day, I'm a hustler on a mission. Grinding for that spot, a brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners, I don't think they pay attention. Sticking to my vision, on the road to the riches. Every single day, I'm a hustler on a mission. Trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365, until I reach the heavens. With character, you don't got to speak on the case and just get out of there. When you over here talking about his strategy, you know why Shannon Sharp and his lawyers are doing that? They thought that at one point the bitch was going to put out a fucking sex tape where he's choking the shit out of her and donkey fucking her. The nigga's like 250 pounds. He probably stuck so much needles and steroids all in him. This is why this nigga look like the fucking Hulk. It's never going to look consensual. That chick he was fucking, she's 120. He's 260. Muscular as fuck. There's no way, even thinking about it, it's going to look crazy. So they thought the video was going to come out, so they were trying to jump ahead of mad things. By the way, that's another thing, too. That's what I'm like with Stephen A. doing the fuck shit of criticizing his man's lawyer. Bruv, look at what just happened with Fat Joe. Fat Joe about to get sued. They're trying to say Fat Joe is fucking 16-year-olds. Like, I hate to even bring it up because I think it's cat. But here's the thing. You know what Fat Joe lawyer did? Fat Joe hired Joe Tacopina. That's the nigga who just got Rocky off of that shooting case. You know what they did before the lawsuit even came out? They sued the nigga who repeated the bullshit that Joe did that, which is a former hype man, and they sued the lawyer that's going to be doing the lawsuit because they were cooking the shit up trying to defame him. And so they jumped ahead of it. The strategy, and the people just seen Jay do it. You jump ahead of this shit. You meet it head on. So, like, when I'm hearing Stephen A., who he's still talking on a soapbox, like, yeah, you know what ESPN will never have to worry about? Me being in those situations. I agree. You are the guy who's you walk around like Jesus. You have no issues, and you'll never ever be called to the carpet, even if it's false. Got you. But the lay of the land and people who believe they're innocent or people who are trying to put out these fires, they're trying to be proactive. They're trying to meet these things head on. They're trying to be aggressive because we've seen what happens when you shut the fuck up and then these people just get to say thing after thing after thing. People just believe you and they call you Diddy. So when I hear him criticizing his man's lawyer, I'm like, yo, what do you think his lawyer's just like doing their own thing? You criticizing your man's. Like, Stephen A., either you're going to be a real nigga or a fake nigga, or you're going to be a company nigga. I think you want to be a company nigga. It's no way Shannon Sharp still talk to him. I guarantee it. I'm telling you.
You know about Disney. See, that's where I come in.
Once he said that, I'm like, just look at his face when he said it. Now you're talking about Disney.
Because none of these cats have worked for Disney as long as I have. and is as familiar and intimate about the inner workings of Disney and how they think the way that I am. And so I'm now imagining what Disney's going to ultimately do. So although I was hopeful that it ultimately would not lead to him being off the air, I knew it wasn't going to go down like that because I know Disney.
Right.
And so, you know, again, I can't say all the things that I've heard, all of the things that I know based on my conversations with him and my conversations with the executives. What I do know is that he has emphatically and profoundly proclaimed his innocence from a legal and libel perspective in terms of, you know, not assaulting or raping or doing anything like that to anybody. He is emphatic that he is innocent of those things. But the court of public opinion is what the Disneys of the world and others concern themselves with. That's a more immediate issue. And unfortunately, that has worked against him at this particular moment in time. So I'm hopeful this will all go away. I'm hopeful that I'll have my brother back on the airwaves talking football next season. I don't know if that's going to happen or not because we don't know what else we're going to learn and what Disney's going to be comfortable or uncomfortable with or anything like that. But you also have to remember where the relationship really originated in terms of he and I. He was pushed out at Fox. Yeah. And I know there were folks there that wanted that to be the end of his career, and I wasn't going to let that happen because I remember how folks tried to do it to me in 2009, and I was blessed and fortunate to be a brother in a position where I could do something about it, where I didn't have that luxury of having that.
I ain't gonna lie, Stephen A. Smith he's a company man. I would never call him a snake because I think he's made his intentions and his POV very clear. But even when he's talking about Shannon, and Shannon is in a fight for his life, you see how he brought the conversation around back to him? But yeah, I did help this nigga out. Like, you know, kind of patting himself on the back for helping him out after the Fox situation didn't work out.
That's somebody there for me like that. And so for me, anytime you mention him now, you're thinking about me to some degree because I brought him on to ESPN and that just elevated his profile and assisted in Club Shay Shay, Nightcap, and all of that being taken to another level. And so knowing that, that's why I felt.
Fuck no. Stephen A., I love you, bro. But fuck no. Club Shay Shay and Nightcap was lit. Like, if it was this lit before he went on First Take, it was still this lit when he got on First Take. First Take ain't make Shannon more lit. What are you talking about? Nigga, I don't even really watch Shannon on First Take. Nigga, we watch Shannon when Shannon doing his own bullshit. We like Unc.
It was important to go on my YouTube show, my podcast.
Yeah, I don't know. What are you talking about? Like First Take, like, you see, this is what the problem is when niggas live in that TV linear land for so long. You think that, yo, let me tell you this. Somebody got to tell Stephen A. Shannon Sharp helped y'all. Y'all didn't help him. The only thing y'all did was give him a badge saying you're a ESPN First Take co-host. That's it. But that meant nothing. He brought more to the table. The nigga was lightning hot. Nigga was hot as fish grease.
And so knowing that, that's why I felt it was important to go on my YouTube show, my podcast, the Stephen A. Smith Show, and just let everybody know I'm not here to speak of innocence or guilt from a legal or a civil situation. That's for them to handle or whatever. I know the brother tells me he's innocent. I believe him. Mm-hmm. All right. But most importantly, I'm his friend.
Right.
And that man has done, you know, he's helped me immensely. It ain't just me doing for him. He's done for me as well in terms of his performance and his dedication to his craft and how he's helped us in terms of the show itself and how he helped us continue to explode. And I'm incredibly grateful to him for that. And I know that he does not trust easy and that the honest conversations that he's had with me, he wouldn't have with just anybody. So I'm going to honor that. And I'm going to make sure that he knows and that everybody knows that no matter how things go down, Not to say that he would rely on me, but if he ever chose to, anything that I can do for him as a friend, I will do.
The court of
Cap. You know what he wants you to do as a friend? Is stop saying the weird shit talking about his lawyers is making you feel uncomfortable. How about you say, man, we don't believe that bitch. Or shut the fuck up. We don't need a spoke. You see, remember Shannon says he was going to be open. His lawyers told him shut it down. And he agreed. Oh, I'm going to shut it down. Right? He don't need you. Like, without, you have to realize these stories, the biggest people in the world that could talk about this story other than Shannon is Stephen A. And Stephen A., if you're not a staunch advocate and a supporter and a defender of your mans, what you're talking about on these platforms about Shannon Sharpe and that issue is only hurting him or just not helping the case. If you're not defending him, I'm telling you, do more favor to him by shutting up. Just don't say nothing. Because no one else's opinion matters about this other than Shannon, and he stopped talking. And then the person who is his co-host on ESPN, which we knew ESPN was probably going to make a move. You. So if you ain't going to just back him up, just shut up. You don't got to say nothing. Just sometimes you can be like, yo, listen, man. Shannon, I'm cool with Shannon. Man, I don't really know what this other stuff is. I'm going to let everything figure it out.
Public opinion is a lot, bro. And it's crazy because you'll hear, the shakedown, the $10 million offer, the $50 million lawsuit. And I always tell people, I say, man, if they say we're going to give you 10 million, we're going to give you 50 million, or we could lock him up for 5 years, what do you think that person would choose?
What do I think the person would choose? Which person? The person being accused?
No, the person that says they put like, oh girl. Mm-hmm. If they say, we give you 50 million or we can lock him up for 5 years, what do you think she'll take?
50 million.
Right. So this, and my thing is this, I don't fault any victim, but that's why some people don't come out when things are happening as well, because there's a lot that goes on with somebody either trying to get a check.
Right.
And this right here, as soon as I saw Busby was her attorney and all this kind of shit, I was just like.
And we saw what the situation went down with Diddy and Jay-Z when it came to Busby as well. And so, listen, like I said, none of us really, really know. And it would be really irresponsible to get into the minutia of it all because we just don't know. But in the end, when you see the details that both parties let out, it certainly seemed consensual to me. But, I'm not the courts. I'm not whatever. So I can't really touch it because I'm certainly not trying to get sued.
Right.
But I would tell you that, again, to see the great things that he has been doing and to know the potential is out there for all of this to be derailed. I'm incredibly sad for him. I'm sad for us as a show because we're better with him than without him. But right now, it's just about him getting his house in order and doing what he can to get past all of this. And
7th or 6th?
Listen, we all have friends that found themselves in various predicaments throughout our life. And you can look at somebody and even if you take issue with their choices and what they've done, you can still sit up there and look at them and say they're a friend. And it means the world to them.
And this is the time.
And it means the world to them. And so for me, all I want him and anybody to know is that you ain't going to see me excoriating him. You ain't going to see me disrespecting him. You're not going to see me stripping him of my support. I can tell you what I think you right and you wrong about, right? Getting your ass about it. And then turn around and say, okay, how can we help you get back past this? All of that comes with friendship. And I think that true friends conduct themselves that way. They ain't people that tell you just what you want to hear. They ain't no people that's willing to vilify you the second something. I mean, I see cats talking about him, and I can't even put into words the shit I've seen them do and heard about them doing, especially in our business. And so it's like you just, and then I see the zest with which people are willing to pounce on him. And it's like, listen, people have been after him since he did Cat Williams. You know, they've been at his neck because of the numbers he produced and the success that it had and how he was able to ride that wave. Now, once again, that's separate and apart from all of this. We get that part. I'm not talking about what people are talking about and what they have to talk about. I'm talking about the zest with.
Yo, Stephen A, I'm gonna say the quiet part out loud. They think you probably felt the way too. Cause Shannon was the draw. Like Shannon is I've seen somebody say it recently. ESPN and First Take gets numbers. ESPN and First Take has limited cultural impact. Shannon Sharp's IP and properties like Uncle or Club Shay Shay and Nightcap, they are impacting culture, which that's what First Take doesn't have right now. Some people felt like you was looking over at what Shannon was doing and what he brings, maybe not like in a crazy uptick in numbers for ESPN, but you want to have that cultural impact that he got. So when you see like he get knocked down a notch, this is your time to kind of like, what the fuck is Stephen A. Smith doing on a press run right now when your man's is going through the, like, what is he promoting? Because somebody tell me, what the fuck is he promoting? If I'm going through the toughest time of my professional career, I don't want my partner in crime on a show, no pun intended on partner in crime, going on a press tour talking about what I'm going through.
With which they do it. If I sit up there and I'm friends with Big Boy, I'm a contemporary colleague with Big Boy, right? And then Big Boy get in trouble. It's one thing for me to be on the air and going like this, yeah, I mean, this is what happened to Big Boy. And it's another thing to Ty be like, yeah, you see what happened to Big Boy?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's like, you just see that and you see a joy that some people are having and going at him. And that's sad. You can talk about it, but we know the difference in terms of the flavor that you're bringing to an equation where you're talking about somebody with glee and joy in your voice when, when you're talking about the kind of predicament they find themselves in. And that's what I have a problem with. So for me, it's just about making sure that he knows, and anybody that knows how I feel knows that he matters to me, and I want him to be okay.
Man, thank you for sharing that. I want to go a little rapid fire with you.
Sure, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Somebody said, fuck it, just call Whack. No, we're not calling Whack today. Oh, you want me to give you a Whack update? So because even like Sharice texted me today, and I didn't really respond. She texted me her video. I will say this, and I don't think Whack told me this in secrecy, so I'm just gonna be like, Whack made a personal call to me today, expressing some things that I won't mention, but some seriousness around some things happening with the loose cannon situation, maybe some possible legal or whatever. And he asked me, he says, Zach, I'm asking you as someone who I would have your back in. I want you to have my back. Could you not indulge in this loose cannon Whack debacle anymore? And, the details of what he told me to kind of support that goes neither here nor there. And it's not for me to share with y'all. But out of, you got to have some loyalty and some respect in terms of the friendships and things like that. And I also usually think about these things and imagine if I made that request, would you want somebody to honor it? And, I think my one caveat was, wait, are you going to still entertain it? Because if you're telling me is that serious and that there are these entities and it could escalate or whatever, and I'm good to let it go. Now, I don't know if Wax will let it go, but I would hope that he would as well let it go. But he asked me, he called me today very early. I remember he called me like 11 o'clock in the morning. And I said, damn, Wack is up at 8 o'clock on the West Coast. And he made that request. And when he told me about how serious certain things could get, are getting, I obliged. I actually agreed. I said, it's done. I'm not trying to, because I've always said this, I'm not trying to do content on things that could get somebody incarcerated or get people hemmed up. I was always wondering why people who are putting themselves at risk of incarceration or other things would do content on those very things. So just for the record to show, Wack did call me, say, Ack, could you please ease up off of this thing? There's a bunch of things happening and A, B, C, D, and E that could escalate things. Could we leave this alone? And I agreed. So just to let y'all know, and by the way, y'all could clip this, and I think I should courtesy wise text Sharice and let her know, like, hey, listen, with all due respect, I've just been informed that whatever y'all got going on, and I don't, I'm very cool with Wack, but I just hear it's at a level that I don't want to be involved in. You get what I'm saying? And that level would constitute more arrest, indictments, law enforcement, all these other things. And I'm like, I'll check out at this point. Okay. And I've always said this. Remember when I was saying about the whole thing with when I was saying, yo, Wack, did you talk to police? I said, Wack, if remember, because he would get upset when he would talk to me on stream and we throw an ad hominem attacks. I always said, Wack, if you ask me directly, like, hey, Ack, could you stop? Could we just not talk about this? I wouldn't talk about it. And I'm here to say that he asked me specifically with the loose cannon stuff to not continue that conversation or whatever that involves their back and forth currently. And because he asked me directly, I will oblige. Okay? All right. Anyway.
No.
Oh my God. Chat, I know. So, chat, this is like, no, this is not Pornhub. Yo, chat, I found this new website. Yo, chat, how did I go 30 years in this life without finding, let me get these niggas on the screen while I say this. Pause. I don't like none of these bitch ass niggas. How did I go 30 years in life without ever finding out what Baddie Hub was? Chat, how y'all never put me on Baddie Hub? Yo, chat, I found out what Baddie Hub was 3 weeks ago, nigga. I still got 5 tabs on my computer upstairs on Baddie Hub, nigga. Like 5 tabs, like some good joints. Why y'all never told me about Baddie Hub, nigga? Somebody was just like, Ack, it's no way you still going to Pornhub. I'm like, of course. Like, Pornhub is the joint. What you talking? What's the problem? Nigga, they told me about Baddie Hub. It's been over since. I can't close the website, bro. It's like a home page now, gang. Real talk. Chat. How come y'all never told me about Baddie Hub? I'm upset. No, 5 tabs are the starter tabs. I just got some favorite videos. I'm sorry. Y'all was clicking on Baddie Hub so crazy. I ain't gonna lie, I almost threw up my lunch one time. I ain't gonna lie, I was eating lunch while scrolling Baddie Hub. I'm like, oh, this is, what the fuck? So I'm seeing all the people I know in there. I almost threw up my fucking lunch. I seen the Shea Frost. I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell? What the hell? What the? But nah, it got everybody on there. I'm watching Ruby. This shit's lit on Baddie Hub. Baddie Hub is a joint. Chat, how did y'all not let me hear about Baddie Hub? What? Chat, that's when I knew I was getting old. So the person who put me on Baddie Hub, they said, yo, that's what all the YNs are gooning to. And I said, gooning? They're like, yeah, gooning. And I'm like, what's gooning? They said, gooning meant jerking off. I'm like, I ain't know. I was like, word? Nah, yeah, I just found Batty Hill. My bad. My bad, chat. Anyway, I was really trying to make it was a joke, but it's gonna be weird if these lame ass niggas is on the screen because I was gonna be like, yo, this is like a dick sucking contest we about to watch. And no, we're not on Pornhub or Batty Hub. This is an actual conversation. We have DJ Givehead versus Mealy Mall, and they're here, you know, trying to see whose trachea could take enough penis to overcome the other person's. Pause. Anyway, apparently DJ Head and Mealy Mall had a conversation where they were arguing. I guess he's respectfully arguing for Thot, and then Mealy Mall's respectfully arguing for Drake. The sight of these bum ass niggas really offended me. So, you know, I had to get past that for a bit. But then I tried to listen to the conversation. And I guess the other bum ass nigga, the albino dweeb, Ruri, he was in the back kind of scoring this. And shit, I started doing the same. I'm gonna lie to you. So let's see. Okay. All right. So we're gonna get into a little bit of this, but just look at this right here. Yo, chat. I ain't even gonna lie. I don't even know this nigga Mealy Mall. Only thing I know about him is Joe said he hid the detergent. I was like, damn, that's some broke nigga shit. But the way he looking at him is like he's sizing him up like he ready to swing. Like this is a New York nigga thing right here. Like never, you like DJ Head, bro. You got to be from the softest place in California, nigga, because this nigga is sizing you up like if he need to take off on you, nigga. You looking at the cameras. This ain't a camera talk, nigga. You got to be looking at him, sizing him up too, nigga. Pause.
To the park to fight somebody and hand them a weapon. You know what I mean? That's just not reality. To me, that's some blog rap nerd shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the sense of, at this point, you've already escalated things. So now you should probably understand that it's not a friendly fade. Again, I've explained this ad nauseum. A friendly is for someone who you're friendly with. Or friendly fade.
Yo, the reason why, and I'm going to call both of these bozos out there bullshit. Yo, DJ Head, the reason why we're so sick of you and we can't wait for people to be beyond this Kendrick dick sucking wave that you and like 15 other like YouTube reactors who just ride Kendrick cock all day, we could just forget them forever, is because y'all only gimmick is to suck Kendrick's cock. There is like, yo, you could be, that could be a man's, but like, you could also have slight objectivity. Like I was watching like everything with this dude, like, and also, it's like a pet peeve with this little weirdo right here. This fucking dweeb is always trying to make it seem like Kendrick's a genius. Like I'm telling you, if Kendrick cut a fart in a room, he would say, is that Tom Ford? Is that Dolce & Gabbana? Oh my God, that gotta be Louis Vuitton. This dick sucker right here, I've never, like, I know sometimes y'all say I'm glazing. Bro, y'all see me criticize Drake mad times. This nigga, he make it seem like Kendrick's a whole genius. Talking about, like, yo, they be breaking down dumbass shit, talking about, oh, when he said a friendly fate. This was the lamest conversation. Like, I won't even be in no conversation like this. I'm gonna tell you what. My nigga, none of these niggas are fucking geniuses. They're rapping, and they were trying to do whatever to win a battle. Y'all arguing about, oh, well, Kendrick said this is a friendly fate, so let's talk about what a friendly fate is in the street. Shut your pussy ass up, nigga. Nigga, it's rap. Niggas saying whatever, nigga. Fuck you and your mama and your kid and whatever. Niggas don't care. These niggas is really over here like arguing over shit thinking it's that serious. It ain't that serious, my nigga. Well, Dot stuck to his word because, you know, when he said a friendly fade, he back, if you're from the neighborhood, a friendly fuck that. That's not what this is. These niggas are making these niggas sound like Aristotle, man. These niggas ain't that smart, bro. They just rapping. They over here breaking down every line. Talking about, well, a friendly fade in the hood is, man, shut up.
Explain this ad nauseum. A friendly is for someone who you're friendly with. Or friendly fade, a fair one, we call it. A fair one is for the homie. Like, we have a rapport and we're gonna go eat after. We're gonna go outside, we're gonna run a fair one, and then we're gonna go eat. That's reserved for the homie. When you're an op, quote unquote, opposition, an enemy, whatever the case may be, where how we came up, there are no fair ones. You get immediately eviscerated, you get packed. We call it maxed out or packed out. There is no such thing as a friendly amongst people who are oppositions. So to me, that like I said, this
is another thing too I don't like about y'all pussy ass Kendrick fans. Yo, when I bring Top 5 on here and Top 5 saying he want to smoke Kendrick for Kendrick disrespecting, y'all niggas be like, why acting inciting violence? Well, why these pussy ass niggas talking about Fades? Why y'all talking about Fades? At some point, this is hip hop. It's all contact. At some point, we're going to get some killers who going to say, well, our interpretation of contact is we don't do fights. We shoot niggas. So I don't know why, like, niggas be having like this overtone of slight violence. And then when I get Top 5 on here and Top 5 be like, yo, tell Kendrick to come through. I'm bringing the Jeezy. We shooting it up. Now y'all like, oh my God, why is Act doing that? What? Are we talking about lyrics and rap battle? Or are we talking about like this quasi street shit? Because you get this bozo over here talking about, well, back in my hood, when we do friendly fades and when we do a max out and a pack out, shut up, nigga.
Screams of somebody who's never had been in those environments, because I would not hand somebody a weapon to use against me in the real world, right? The second thing.
Well, what if it's not a real weapon?
It doesn't matter if it's perceived as one.
Yeah,
the cops is going to shoot you if you have a gun in this phone case. It don't matter. Mm-hmm. They're going to shoot you. Mm-hmm. It's a perceived weapon. So we all know we live on the internet. Perception doesn't matter. I mean, reality doesn't matter if the perception is fucked up, right? So the second thing was the AI shit. The song would have just been would have been a dope rap song without the AI shit. Again, screaming of lack of cultural awareness, because you don't. I don't know. Maybe I could ask you: would you ever use someone's likeness who's currently walking around?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
Well, I mean, me, I wouldn't. But in that
I'm
situation,
saying, why not though?
In that, because I don't.
Not in that situation. Just in general. Why not?
I mean, but I have though. I mean, we've done skits and things like that where I've acted like other people
with AI.
Not with AI, but in the terms of acting and using somebody's likeness and personality, not necessarily AI, but with that record, with the tailor-made record, I thought that it was a clever. First of all, we've never seen that in that type of situation, battle or not. So I thought it was a clever play. Everybody, it wasn't like one of those records where it was like, oh, he killing him. It was more so like, oh, that was clever.
It would have been even more clever without that. Because to me, again, somebody who has respect for, I don't give a fuck about that.
Shut your bitch ass up, man. Yo, I don't care who died. That nigga Drake could do what he want. I hate these niggas, man. Who the fuck could tell Drake he can't put Tupac's nigga? That's my interpretation. So if Tupac stayed as mad, nigga, we'll take it down and shit. But like, nigga, that's what I wanted to do. This whole like, oh yeah, you disrespected people. Man, shut up. This is a rap battle. Only in a yo, this has been the most bitch made, like woke but weird rap battle of all time. Well, y'all in a rap battle where a nigga is called a pedophile with no proof, but let you use a dead man's voice. That's mad disrespectful. Fuck are we talking about? Could we make this shit make sense? So you call a nigga who's alive a pedophile, and it ain't that disrespectful. But using a dead man's voice, he ain't here to hear it. Oh, that's too far. That's too far. That's too far. You use his voice. You can't use his voice. What?
Don't like you as an artist. I would never, because I have respect for hip hop. I have respect for my elders. Even people who don't like me as an elder in the game, I would never disrespect them publicly because I respect.
Where was the disrespect?
To use someone's likeness without their permission.
Do you hear these weirdos, bro? To use someone, nigga, it's a rap battle. Yo, you be having these weird ass niggas like DJ Head and these other goofy ass niggas talk out both sides of their mouths. Well, it's all about respect and morality, and we got it. We can't do X, Y, and Z. But yeah, I could definitely lie on you and call you a pedophile. Like, who cares? And I could definitely say you got a daughter. And yeah, we could lie, but you can't use the dead man's image. What? Nigga, this is hip hop. I think Drake ain't go far enough. If I'm Drake, I would have said, I heard Tupac fucked your mama, nigga. Like, nigga, I would have said anything. Fuck it. By the way, I also, listen, this has always been my stance. Y'all know. I think Drake out-rap Pusha T out-T'd him. But I ain't got no problem with Pusha T said you a deadbeat dad, nigga, whether it's true or not. Nigga, say anything. You fuck dogs. Yo, you suck cock. Man, what man? This is a hip-hop, man.
Who's currently breathing.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Yeah, but see, that's where y'all people lose me in this, because yes, he used Tupac's voice with a filter. He used Snoop. But when we say, oh, he's using their likeness and this, that, and that, like Drake wasn't using that as a single trying to get popping. And that's where I think people was just, this was a moment, it was a battle. It was like, all right, let's have some fun. He's taking too long to respond. You know, what are some of the West Coast, you know, Mount Rushmores, what would they say in this moment to Kendrick if they could speak to him and get him in a room? I think that was Drake's mindset. Like, yo, we doing this or not, bro? Like, you.
Even as cocksucker Millie Moore, like, yeah, you know, a broken clock is right twice a day. Like, yeah, nigga, it's creative. It's creative. We've seen people rap and they're speaking, like, they'll be rapping. Like, you see this bozo that DJ Head is? Like, niggas like that irritate you. You almost want to just look at him and just kind of was like, you know what I mean? Like this nigga's just, he's not even stupid. He's willfully stupid. Here's the thing. You ever seen a rapper who's rapping take a different character? Sometimes they take the character of God or a higher power or their conscience talking to themselves. It's called creativity, brother. It's not called disrespect. If people could cosplay as God in a creative sense in rap and act like, oh, that's what God is talking to him and saying, and people are not offended, like, why would you? Who the fuck, like, respectfully to Tupac, and Tupac the greatest living, no, Tupac to me, well, I used to have him number one, he's number two behind Ye. Tupac is the second greatest hip-hop artist of all time, for me. If we could do it with God, who the fuck is Pac? Y'all niggas acting like this is like some sacred shit, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you jumped out there with the verse. Let's do it. Like, I'm fresh off tour. I'm in the studio. I'm not sleeping. I'm up. I'm ready for this moment. Like, what are you doing? And then obviously, you know, the record came out. Somebody made a call to an estate.
Yo, the reality of it is this, man. Y'all bitch ass niggas that are K-bots, and I ain't gonna lie, the pussy niggas like DJ Head, y'all hoe ass niggas won't admit the mere facts. Kendrick, like, if we're gonna say Kendrick won the battle, not like us did a phenomenal job. I think that's the joint. But before we got there, y'all was galvanizing and trying to rally the entire coast against one man because y'all didn't think y'all had enough. That's the reality of it. So then when y'all come with these weird angles like, yeah, that's disrespectful. Nigga, Pac ain't even from LA. Nigga, the fuck is y'all niggas talking about? Oh, and Snoop Dogg, the nigga who also voiced he took, was over there like laughing with the shit. So everybody knows a lot of the reasons why some of the momentum went the way it did is because like the whole West Coast start like piggybacking on, oh yeah, we rocking with Dot. We get that. But y'all could just admit that. Like this whole thing about, oh, this is super disrespectful. Man, y'all niggas don't got no fucking unity over there, man. Like, cut that bullshit out. Y'all niggas killed Drakeo at a concert. I don't hear none of y'all bitch ass niggas talk about that. Y'all niggas got no goddamn loyalty and unity on the West. Y'all niggas just all cocksucking one man who y'all think will help y'all, and he helped none of y'all. I don't know what the West Coast niggas be talking about.
State said take it down, delete the song. Okay, cool, no problem. It wasn't that serious of a song. I'll delete it off my Instagram or wherever it was living at. It wasn't that deep. So that's why I feel like when people are like, oh, he used, you know, Pac's likeness or he used Snoop's likeness and this, that, and the third, and it's like, bro, it wasn't that serious though. He wasn't trying to make a living off of this song and publish it and push it out to the man. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So when people carry it that heavy, I'm like, bro, this was a battle, bro. This was like a little attack. Like, yo, what's up, fam? Like, I'm here, I'm outside, I'm waiting for you. Like, what you gonna do? Like,
I agree with you, but to me, even your rebuttal screams to me that you don't understand. That's disrespectful. Where we come from, where I'm from, that's disrespectful. It doesn't matter what the use case is. You don't violate the elders or the OGs.
Where was the violation at though?
Why did they tell him?
Man, this is where the West Coast niggas also getting fucked up. This is hip hop, man. Niggas, this niggas, baby mamas, kids, everybody get violated. What are we talking about, OGs, nigga? Man, what is these niggas talking about? Everybody get violated, man. I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. Nigga, we say anything, bro. Nigga, fuck you and your dead mans, nigga. Nigga, we pissing on your man's grave. We smoking on that nigga. We say everything. What's up with these bitch ass niggas? The hip hop I like, niggas get smoked on. Niggas get laughed at. Nigga, yo, listen, what are we talking about? Like all this regimented, like, nigga, this ain't no fucking, they trying to bring like gang rules in this. Ain't nobody getting DP, nigga. You got to go pull up on a nigga and shoot him, nigga, or do something to him. And we don't see that normally in rap battles when it comes to this level. We do see it in other rap battles, technically, I guess. Dolph, whatever. Anyway, the point is this. There ain't no fucking rules to this shit. Talking about, oh, you don't disrespect OGs. Man, eat a dick and the man's that's what you eat a dick. What the fuck? You don't hear how these new niggas is dissing? Ain't no, yo, this nigga still talking about rules. Ain't no rules to this shit, bro. Everybody get dissed. You diss everybody. Everybody. Dead, live, your unborn kid, yo, your grandson, your pet snake, your dog, your fucking pet monkey, nigga. Like, you get dissed 3 generations from now. Like, everybody get dissed. What the fuck?
Because he used somebody's likeness and their tone and their inflections in their voices.
I can't stand whole niggas like this, bro. You care so much about disrespect and put it like this. Yo, let me say some real shit to the West Coast nigga. Y'all niggas ain't gonna be at me. I'm gonna be at the Kendrick concert anyway. Yo, y'all told my disrespect, but every time y'all told about none of y'all would admit Nipsey got killed because of disrespect. He called a man a snitch, a nigga killed him over that. None of y'all be admitting that. This is what I don't like about y'all. Y'all be mad hypocritical. Nipsey got smoked because he called a nigga a snitch because he disrespected a nigga. But y'all just act like y'all ain't hear that part of it, right? So y'all say all this respect, this and third, y'all be picking and choosing, bro. Y'all know damn well y'all be picking and choosing. Y'all be picking and choosing. Y'all talk all about this respect shit. Yo, hey, so if Nipsey got killed because he called a nigga a snitch, what you think Kendrick? So if you talking about
Boy,
you can't disrespect
right
OGs,
now. That boy
a nigga got
is
killed,
on fire
smoked,
right now.
dead, because he called a nigga a snitch. What about the nigga who's calling another nigga a pedophile? You don't think that's kind of like the same thing?
Talk that shit.
That's not disrespectful?
Talk that shit.
So what is this? So you could call a nigga a pedophile, but you just can't use a nigga's voice that's dead.
No,
fuck out of here.
Shit,
Y'all niggas is tweaking. Y'all niggas pick and choose.
Boy, that nigga
Stop picking and choosing.
Right.
If you talking about respect, let's keep it respectful the whole way.
All that picking and choosing, nigga. Tell him
Somebody
again.
said that's not what happened. Well, you go believe what you want to believe, nigga. Niggas know what happened. Nipsey called that nigga a snitch. That nigga doubled back. That's what happened, bro. Stop with these other stories. We ain't hear nothing else from the cops. We heard what the prosecutor said in court to send that nigga to jail. Nipsey called him a snitch. He got mad. He went to get his gun and killed him. That's it. It's over. Like, I don't care what other theory I got going on. Until the police bring something else, we ain't hear nothing else. All right. I'm just keeping the beat. Not trying to disrespect Nipsey, nothing like that, but I'm seeking facts. So we talking about disrespect. That's Nipsey disrespected a nigga, and we seen what happened. Calling a nigga a pedophile, to me, it's like calling a nigga a snitch. Ain't it? Calling a nigga a pedophile is like calling a nigga a snitch. And we just seen a legend get killed over him calling a nigga a snitch.
Message.
So what you think it should be on if you talk about respect and lack of respect for a nigga calling a nigga a pedophile, especially is fake?
But,
so the violation is using.
Somebody said Drake not gangster. It don't matter. If a nigga call you a pedophile, like, bro, that's come on, bro. It don't even matter. You don't got to be gangster for that. So you tell me because you're not gangster, you let a man just call you a pedophile in your face, and you just gonna just be like, all right, you know, I'm not gangster, so it's cool. Most men gangster not without over their reputation. You spend a whole lifetime building up a reputation, and sometimes it takes seconds to lose. You gonna let a nigga go call you a pedophile and brand you as a pedophile for the rest of your life, or give you a scarlet letter, and just because you're not a gangster, you see him, you're not gonna do nothing? I'm telling y'all, Nipsey got killed because he called a nigga a snitch. You think, and this is why every time when people be talking about violence, I really think if Drake saw Kendrick and didn't do that, I'll call Drake pussy. Let's just we talking straight. Nipsey got killed because he called a nigga a snitch. If Drake saw Kendrick and Kendrick called him a pedo and he ain't do nothing, I look at Drake and be like, yeah, Drake kind of pussy. I ain't gonna hold you. That's my man, but he pussy, bro. Straight pussy, bro. He pussy. He gotta bleed. He gotta bleed once a month. It's over. That's one of the most hurtful things you could call a man. So that's what I'm saying. Now, granted, you called him online. I think it would be much different if Kendrick called that. You think if Kendrick called a grown man, don't got to be gangster, a pedophile to his face in front of the whole world. If that nigga don't do nothing, straight pussy. Real talk.
Someone's shit without their permission.
Yeah, but again, you losing me because I get what you're saying. Yes, he used the AI, the voice, the filter. I get that part. But it's not like he used it and was disrespecting.
Somebody said, why you instigate top 5? Nigga, because it's up there. That's where it's at. You call a nigga pedophile, y'all basically saying if it get there where niggas gotta shoot it out, do whatever it is, bro, you call a nigga a pedophile. Just like when you call a nigga a snitch, if he double back with the Glock, you know what's up. What are we talking about? No? Why you acting stupid? Oh, no, we're just keeping it on raps. No, nigga, this ain't rap no more, nigga. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? What are y'all talking about? Y'all love to pick and choose.
Snoop.
And that's what I'm telling you. You don't see the bigger picture is.
The bigger picture is those are West Coast artists. Kendrick is a West Coast artist. And this turned into California versus Drake.
That's
not Kendrick versus Drake.
No.
That's the real situation.
No, that's not what happened.
That's exactly what Kendrick turned it into.
That's not what happened.
Kendrick didn't turn it into California versus...
Yo, y'all about to have me co-sign Millie Moore this whole time. DJ Head, you got to stop inhaling cock. Bruv. Yo, celebration show was called a pop-out. Y'all had basketball players crip walking, nigga. Yo, here's these 2 unknown niggas from the Bay. You're like, what the fuck? Y'all had a whole West Coast unity shit going on. Y'all united over the hate one man had for another nigga from a whole nother country. Why are we acting like that ain't happened?
This is Drake. You DJ'd the pop-out show. What are you talking about?
Yo, this nigga is such a dick sucker. Just look at his face, bro. It's like he know the nigga telling the truth, but it's like he can't. My problem with him is that I think he's smart enough to have a decent conversation, but dick suckers like him, he never want to be clipped in a way where Kendrick could see it and Kendrick be like, damn, why you over here conceding this point? Like, he won't concede a point. You, like, for example, if you ask me, be like, yo, bruv, Drake probably lied on that, or not probably, Drake lied on the shit, told my Dave Freeze the father. I'll be like, yeah, Drake lied. Yeah, Drake lied. Yeah, fuck it, nigga. Nigga, I'm gonna keep it a bean. It don't matter. You could clip it and send it to Drake. I don't care. This dick sucker right here, he will never say nothing against Kendrick. Never. I think this bum-ass nigga Billy Moore is about to ask him, like, yo, so, you know, do you really think he's a pedophile? He's gonna be like, And the only reason why this sucker is not gonna stand on the word that Kendrick said, because he's a Kendrick cocksucker and he never disagrees with Kendrick, is because if he said he thought Drake's a pedophile, the lawsuit is coming. You know, so he couldn't agree. But he not disagreeing nothing with what Kendrick said. Like, Kendrick just only told the truth. Both of them niggas lied, bro. Let's keep it a bean. This is a year later, man. Both of them niggas lied about a bunch of shit.
Who used whose likeness?
So it was you and Amazon.
Who used whose likeness?
Drake and 40.
So you saying that, are you saying that Dot conspired to have Dot? I mean, you saying Dot conspired to have Drake use those 2 West Coast legends, right?
No, I'm not saying no. I'm not saying Dot had anything to do with it.
No. I'm just, listen. You're saying that Dot turned it into California versus Drake. That's
100%.
But Drake used California first.
He used it in a way of saying, yo, dog, you taking too long to drop your verse or your record, whatever you putting out.
Okay.
Like, yo, what's up, fam? I'm waiting. Like, this is what the OGs would say, or what I think the OGs would get if they could get in Kendrick's ear, like, Kendrick, we need you, West Coast savior. All of that, like, that was just fun shit. That was part of the moment. But since then have the estate, whoever called the estate, I don't know who called the estate, Tupac estate.
Who has to call anybody?
I'm just saying, somebody
use Rory and Mal and to do stuff without your permission?
They do it all the time on YouTube.
No, that's not what I'm asking you. Are you cool with people using Rory and Mal? Rory, are you cool with people using Rory and Mal to just do whatever the fuck they want to do?
No.
Why not?
It depends the light that it's put in.
Okay.
There's plenty of stuff that goes on YouTube that will never copyright, copy strike, anything. If you want to use our content, I'm okay with it.
Right.
Yeah.
There's been times where like homophobic shit was used in our likeness that we didn't feel was okay.
All right, very different conversation, Rory. Because on YouTube, like for example, I'm watching our video. Yeah, I don't fuck with you bum ass niggas, but this is called fair use. Niggas use my content all the time. Like niggas, like everybody. By the way, like there was some one cocksucker. I don't even want to mention that nigga name because like he was cocksucking Kendrick. So I haven't hear about him since. There's one cocksucker on YouTube, that little reactor nigga who was sucking Kendrick cock. Wow. The nigga said that I was taking this shit down. Nigga, whenever I file a strike against anybody, I don't file strikes against people like that. Everybody use my shit. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because I operate in a land of fair use anyway. So like, why would I be a stickler to somebody else? Go ahead. So when I seen that bum ass nigga say that, I'm like, oh, that he doing the Kendrick. He lying. He lying. This whole ass nigga lying. But he want me to mention his name. I can't mention his name. You feel what I'm saying? If I mention his name, like this nigga gonna get giddy, make 30 videos and jerk off to it. I couldn't do it.
Especially
because
because
that's
with advertisers, and it's different there.
Right.
But as far as like someone clipping this exact conversation, nah, I'm fine with that.
Okay,
But to be
perfect.
fair,
Because it promotes, I mean, granted, that didn't promote Tupac or Snoop. So I see there's not.
It wasn't.
Now in music, there is so fair use is for content. So this is how it works. This is why, like, you know, on YouTube, I've never been the person who strikes content. Now, if you take content I have behind a paywall, maybe I would. I'm not saying I would never. I can't really remember me doing it. Now, even like pages that rip the stream, I think drill usually just like polices that. And I understand it because I pay drill to fucking upload the clips. You get what I'm saying? Now, also, if someone else is just straight ripping the clips is one thing. Nigga, add some commentary or something to it. Like, I wouldn't care, right? Like, you got to make it transformative. But that's really mostly for content on YouTube, right? That's why I was saying this is a bad example because their podcast, like, look, I'm giving content. I'm transformative. This is a transformative use of their content. In music, even if you transform it and you sample it and you make it something else, because it's copywritten, all music is copywritten, you don't get fair use. So you have to pay the copyright holders, right? So it's very different. So you can't just use the intellectual property of Tupac's voice or image in music as you could use one of his infamous interviews on YouTube and talk about it and put in a documentary like Trap Lord Ross does, but you can't use Brenda Got a Baby and then make a new song using Brenda Got a Baby and then don't pay Tupac. That's why publishing exists. They have different rules for music as to content.
You're supposed to, though.
I know. So it's a weird comparison that I think Head is asking.
No. It's not. I'm not comparing the two. I'm simply just asking straight across because he was bringing up like somebody called the estate. Just straight across business, you can't even put out.
Now I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. I don't think nobody called the estate, bro. I don't think Kendrick called the estate, bro. I don't think Kendrick called the estate. I think the estate realized it would be first of all, I think that was a critical moment in music history where it was good for them to put their foot down because you got to remember, Pac, who, when he died in 96, I think there's about like 5 to 10 posthumous albums that were released that the estate has always kept this idea that we have unreleased Pac music and we could get these compilations or new albums out. But for them to even have that power and leverage, they can't have people using AI of Tupac's voice and act like that's real. They have to protect it because he's been dead for so long. So I think it was more than about Drake and Kendrick. It was more about Tupac and his estate. We can't even make it seem like it's cool for people to use AI and mirror Pac's voice, even if they create a hot song that people could be like, oh, yo, that's that unreleased Pac. No. Nothing comes out of Pac or about Pac or with his voice unless the estate approves it. And that's why I think they did it. So I don't think nobody called him. And by the way, didn't I tell y'all? We haven't seen no AI songs really since, like these unauthorized, like fan-made AI songs. We ain't seen them since. Where they at? Where they at, though? We ain't see them.
Out your album without getting clearance.
Oh, for sure, yeah. No, I don't think anyone needed to call Tupac's estate. They could just hear it.
That's all I'm.
The lawyer that they have on retainer.
Oh, so y'all don't think nobody called Tupac's estate?
No.
I'll be honest. I don't know.
No.
Kendrick.
No, I'm asking, do you think anybody did?
I think somebody probably did. I don't think it had anything to do with Kendrick. But
Mo, this is where you dick sucking now, bro. Like, and I can call a spade. Bro, if you're gonna ask that question, don't be the person who be like, oh, someone could call. If Drake told you, like, it is Drake's theory that somebody called. Like, he really does think that. But if Drake gave you the proof, like, if he gave me the proof, I would have told y'all. Well, he ain't never give me no fucking proof that somebody called. So I'm like, yeah, Drake might think or maybe heard something, but I don't have no proof of it. If you got proof of it, don't go off Drake's theory. Just go off your own fucking theory. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, Drake thinks it. But Drake never told me that I got the proof. And I would be like, send me the proof. That I could put it out there. So that's why I'll say to Mealy Mall is like, bro, if maybe you have the proof, just say what it is. Yo, this person called.
But I'm not in this debate.
Okay. So my point is Drake brought California in before Dot did.
Because he used Snoop and Pac's likeness?
It would have been a cool record without it.
Okay.
It's just creatively, you have to have the bandwidth to do that on your own.
I get that. All right. So 17 days passes. In this era, I feel like because of the internet, people want you to reply right away. And I feel like Dot was the one that kind of initiated this entire thing with free time while Drake was on tour and then waited 17 days to put out Euphoria. Was that too long in your opinion, Ed?
No.
Not in retrospect.
No.
We're in the timeline right now.
No.
Why?
Because you don't get to dictate what I do.
Even if you popped everything off. If you say, yo, let's fight, and then
who said that?
Now it's on your time. No, you asked me to fight. Let's go fight.
But who said that?
I mean, like that. I feel said that.
He didn't say let's fight. He said, fuck that shit. I'm this. That's like me saying I'm not anti anybody. I'm just pro us. I'm not anti New York. I'm just pro LA.
He said he wanted to kill for every dog.
Oh,
we know what he was talking about.
That was
okay. I'm on Kendrick's side with this. I ain't gonna lie, and I was the nigga counting it down. Day 1, day 2, day 3. I really thought Kendrick was pussy. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I didn't think that nigga was gonna respond at all. So I was counting down, having the greatest time of my fucking life. Like this pussy ass nigga Kendrick, man. I know this bitch ass nigga ain't gonna drop. And I ain't gonna lie, nigga proved me wrong. And the timing of him dropping Euphoria, because I have so much respect for Euphoria as a really complex track, 17 days, I think is cool. And also, everything works better in hindsight. In hindsight, we remember the result, not the waiting. So I'm not gonna knock it. Okay.
Wordplay. But
long ago.
Initiates a battle.
I wasn't like that. That was the end of the verse.
No, I know that. But what I'm saying is, if you look at it, to me, that's rap. That's not the same thing. Like if we're keeping this timeline that we're on right now, right? Whereas that song comes out, then you get the response, which is the push-up record, and then this alleged conversation happens. It's like, oh, this is a thing. All right, bet I'll be back. You don't get to dictate when I come back.
Nah, I mean, Head is being political, and I respect that, but we all know it was a play.
What was the play?
Lucien had to have a meeting about what was going to happen, how it was going to happen.
What?
All right, man. This is more. He must take shrooms. I don't think Lucien was involved in this shit at all, bro. Well, not until at the end. Yes. I think at the end, by the time Not Like Us, yeah. Euphoria. You know why I'll be a little bit disappointed with Mealy Mall? Mealy Mall is not the regular dick sucker. He's not the regular cock gobbler. He's not the regular penis saddler. You know his uncle or his daddy or some shit. I don't know who it is. I always call him Jay-Z's pre-cum. but he not related to Jay-Z. He related to, I think, Biggs. That was one of them niggas in Rockefeller that owns it or something. So he supposedly grew up around some of this music shit. To hear him say some dumb shit like this, I'm like, have y'all ever talked to Lucian? I've talked to Lucian. I've met Lucian. I've talked to his son. Lucian Grange would not be sitting there listening to Euphoria. I promise you. Let me give you a little bit about the Granges. They're from the UK. They kind of speak with a UK accent. They're not there sitting, listening to a Compton Negro rap for 17 minutes talking about, this is a friendly thing, we should keep it that way. I know some shit about Gunna, one of that make a nigga what? He not, bruh. Let me tell you what Lucian Grange does. This is what I've heard about him. Lucian Grange sits and invites P from QC to his fucking house, and while they eat food and the chef is up there cooking shit up, they negotiate a deal for $150 million for the next re-up for QC. That's what he does. When he has to talk to Birdman about figuring out how to get cash money, that's what he does. You think he's tapping into a rap battle after one artist drops a song called Push-Ups? Bruv, come on, dog. And again, I'm not saying that he has no impact on it. I'm just trying to tell you, like, with all due respect, the Granges and the guy you keep hearing them say Lucian, let me just show you him. Bro, he don't listen to rap like that, bro. He doesn't listen to rap like that, my nigga. You think this guy is like listening to bars? He doesn't. He's a smart guy. He's a business guy. He's not listening to bars. He has other people that would do that for him. So if you think him and Kendrick is locking in, bro, come on, stop being stupid. Now, do I think it might be a UMG initiative towards the end of the battle with Not Like Us? That makes sense.
Absolutely.
You know that for a fact?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's crazy. So
Well,
also,
do you not see that could be something that would happen
no,
in the building
that's not.
after we've engaged like that has come out and push
hold on, Roy. Not to cut you off. As a moderator, not to cut you off.
No, go ahead. I want to shut up.
You off. You don't think that there was no talks with anybody at Universal about what Kendrick was about to do at any point in this battle? You don't think that Kendrick had a conversation with anybody about his plans, what he was going to do?
And this is where I think Mealy Mall is like halfway stupid. Yes, Kendrick spoke to his label. His label. If you think Kendrick is sitting down with Lucian, you're fucking retarded, bro. He's talking to the Interscope people. Interscope is under UMG. Okay? Like, UMG is like, bro, UMG would, come on, what are we talking about here, bro? You think the entire conglomerate of UMG is coming to sit down and listen to Kendrick Lamar about his Euphoria diss song?
How they wanted to do it. You think all of this was just Kendrick with his whoever he's in the studio with, and they were deciding what they wanted to do? You think he didn't have a single conversation with the label?
Do I think that? I don't.
Yes, Kendrick talked to Interscope the entire time. That's a fact. But talk to UMG, which Lucian runs the UMG. I wouldn't think until much later.
Think so.
You don't think he had one conversation?
I don't think so.
All right.
Okay. Once Euphoria drops, Head, I know you had said earlier you didn't think he was plotting whatsoever, but there was rumors that he had records for 4 years. Again, rumors, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Euphoria did speak a bit to some stuff on Push-Ups, but was that a record, in your opinion, that had been halfway done for quite some time?
No, I think you have ideas. I don't think the record has been done forever.
Okay.
Like, I think you have ideas. It's like, oh, if I get into it with this artist, here's some things, here's some bullet points. Like, we've all moderated and hosted shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So me personally, my personal hosting style is I go, like, I'm going to Cal State Northridge next week to speak.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm going to say, but I have bullet points of ideas. And then that's my best way of communication because I want my thoughts to always be authentic. That's why I don't have no prep sheets.
All right,
I didn't come here.
I would love to talk about it, but I really cannot think of a line.
Okay, so the answer is no. You don't think anything landed at all.
Landed and I mean,
Yeah, like that affected because I mean we're eventually going to
was
get.
Euphoria the one about his dad or
No, that's Meet the Grams.
Which one is Euphoria? I want to talk about it, but I really can't. If y'all have a line that I honestly can't remember Euphoria.
Nerve from Euphoria.
Wait, is that what?
Lines that hit from Euphoria. You had your turn. We're gonna ask Maul now. Maul, were there any lines objectively that you think struck a nerve from Euphoria?
I honestly can't remember Euphoria.
Yo, Mealy Mall, bro. The dick sucking is a little bit too much, gang. Drake ain't paying you, bro. I know he saved y'all podcast with giving y'all a little heat and buzz, but he not sending you $1, my nigga. He gonna give you them OVO tickets. It's cool, but like, come on, bro. We could be honest. Yeah, the reality of this is this. I got Family Matters. Well, Not Like Us is the biggest song, but it's not the best song. The best song to me is Family Matters. The second best song is Euphoria. Okay, Euphoria is an amazing song. Like I've shit. I ain't gonna lie. I was hating on it in the beginning. I like Euphoria. Euphoria is tough, and I could say that. And I don't give a fuck if nobody heard it. It's fine. I don't care if Drake. Y'all can clip it and say it's Drake. This shit, Euphoria is a tough record. That's a very tough record. That's the best record Kendrick put out in the entire battle to me. When this nigga says he don't remember it, that's when I know he not listening to music. Because like play this, even when y'all saw that Not Like Us was my #1 record, because I kept going, bro. I would every single day. My nigga, I don't listen to like Buttercup records all day, my nigga. I can't listen to that, nigga. I be listening to killer music. I'm listening to Indictment music. I listen to Durk, Youngboy, King Von. I listen to killers. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't listen to hoe ass rappers. And as soon as I realize a rapper's a bitch, I stop listening to him if they rapping tough shit. But I listen to melodic shit, this and third. But I like shit that feels like has some meaning to it. And that battle, I used to listen to all them records back to back to back to back. Push-ups, Euphoria, 616 in LA. I would listen to all that shit every day. I would listen to it because I love that shit. So it just tells me you're not that big of a rap fan if you're saying like I remember all them records. I think Meet the Grams aged the worst. I remember that shit. So if you up here arguing about this bullshit and you don't remember one of the integral important records that determine the beef, I'm like, oh yeah, you're doing too much dick sucking right now. Like, hold on, man. Like, hold on, brother.
Like the bar. And I'm being serious. I really can't remember. I can't quote a single bar from Euphoria right now.
Hey yo,
I'm being dead serious. If y'all have a line that y'all can give me an example of, I would love to talk about it, but I really cannot think of a line.
Okay, so the answer is no. You don't think anything landed at all.
Landed and I mean,
yeah, like that affected because I mean we're eventually going to
was
get.
Euphoria the one about his dad or
No, that's Meet the Grams.
Which one is Euphoria?
I mean it's one of the longer records. It's it's when he gets in his Toronto shit, Crody. That one.
Yeah, I don't think
that was a good impression.
Landed.
Fuck y'all.
Yeah, I don't think none of that landed.
New King Crody? Yeah, that one.
Nah.
When I see you dancing with Sexy Red, I believe you see two bad bitches. What is it? The braids.
That's cap, bro. That was the most impactful record if you ask me. Not Like Us was lies. Yo, after Euphoria, Kendrick just started lying about everything. No, 616 was cool too. Yeah, I like that. After that was lies. Meet the Grams, all lies. Not Like Us, all lies.
What it like the things that were addressed in Euphoria, do you think that they hit at all, whether to Drake personally or to his image? Do you think that it made anybody go, oh, he has to respond to this?
No, I mean, I don't think it was that. I think people just felt like Drake had to respond just as, as a rapper, you stand behind your pen and your bars. So I think people felt like Drake had to respond no matter what Kendrick said. But I don't know if it was anything in Euphoria where Drake was in, wherever he was at, like getting mad, like, oh, like he said that, like it's on now. I don't think it was any of that.
I don't mean from Drake's perspective. I think just because everything played out on the timeline and the court of public opinion is really what's at stake with battles at this point. More so, did that affect anything? Because I think a lot of points were.
All right, man. I don't want to listen to everything these niggas gotta Euphoria. Better bars. Let's see this.
Bringing that up, when you're referencing that and everybody else that you're referring to, are you talking about just Not Like Us versus Family Matters? Or are you talking about Kendrick versus Drake in the entirety of all of these songs?
Because also at this point, Family Matters was really against Meet the Grams in that situation.
I think Family Matters and Heart Part 6, Drake is rapping better than anything Kendrick put out during that moment. Just rapping. Absolutely.
I aspire
Millie Mole, I agree with you. I agree with you.
to have this level of.
That's not glazing. That's not glazing. Yo, Euphoria meets that level. I'm gonna be honest. But other than that, Kendrick was doing some pity pat shit, bro. Like that shit was not hitting, bro. Like, bro, Euphoria was the best rap song that Kendrick dropped. Other than that, he realized I could tell Kendrick was going with gossip, rumors, lies, and he finally found a hit with Not Like Us. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, Kendrick didn't come just straight barred up after that. Like, Kendrick came with gossip, rumors, and lies. After Euphoria was bars. It was bars, intricacy, intellectual ability, but after that was gossip shit, bro.
He's still on impact of a song. He's talking about a song. I'm talking about bars.
No.
I'm talking about lyrics. I'm talking about rhyme.
I'm talking about rap.
And Not Like Us, the production is not even dope.
Okay, so Maul, you keep bringing up Not Like Us. Head, what do you think that Not Like Us is Kendrick's best rapped song in all of this battle? Which one would you pick out of all of them?
Euphoria.
Okay.
I don't even remember that song.
It's probably a lot of bars too. Confusing.
No, it's just like when you open a bag of chips, it's a lot of the air at the top and there's a few chips in there. But we ain't gonna go back to that.
Head, you being the Coast Guard and having some relationship with everybody in that camp and around that camp, what was everyone's reaction to the Dave Free bar?
Comedy. It was like that's.
Bro, I hate this fuck nigga, man. This nigga try to act so cool, bro. Like talking about comedy, like fuck no, it wasn't no fucking comedy. It's a hurtful lie.
That's the. Well, actually, there was two reactions. One from the front facing standpoint, like that we all had internally, was like, that's not even a good attempt. Like that's like a lazy attempt at something.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The Dave Free shit was kind of lame. I'll give y'all that. But really, you know what's even more lame, bro? The shit that was more lame was saying the nigga had a daughter, and then we act like we forgot that he said it because the shit was just cap.
And then the second thing was from the homies.
What about Kendrick saying you have a daughter? Yeah, that wasn't a lazy attempt.
What about it?
That wasn't a lazy attempt from Kendrick? Saying that Drake has a daughter that he's hiding?
I don't know. Do we have one?
You don't know if that was a lazy attempt? I'm asking, do you think that was a lazy attempt?
No.
You don't?
Why?
And do you think Drake is hiding a daughter?
Hiding is a verb.
Okay, do you think Drake has a daughter?
You are hiding your opinions.
Yeah, do you think Drake has a daughter?
I think it's possible.
Okay. You think it's possible that you think that Drake has a daughter, or do you think it's possible Drake has a daughter?
I think it's possible he has one.
Okay.
I mean, I don't particularly care to get into.
Bro, you fucking cocksuckers. Mealy Mall and DJ Head. Kendrick lied. Drake don't got a daughter. Kendrick's a fucking liar. Drake lied. The kid don't belong to Dave Free. He's a fucking liar. But it's okay to just admit that. What's up with y'all niggas? They both lied.
Kendrick's personal life with his girl, kids, and his business partner. But do you see Maul's point in some degree that saying Dave Free might be your son's father? I agree is lazy, and I thought if that was the nuke, that's odd because that's not. No one's really going to believe that, even if for some weird reason it was true. The daughter thing, is that not lazy because Push already did it, and we saw what that did, and you're supposed to be light years ahead of any rapper right now, and you're reusing the same strategy off something that can't be proven, whereas Push did it and it was proven.
No, I get that point, but you also have to understand, like, the way I'm looking at it, and this is, I mean, you're not gonna believe me, but objectively looking at it, it's a Floyd Mayweather thing. Like, Dot has been counterpunching the whole time. He's not aggressed. The only time he aggressed is once it was already fully on. You know what I'm saying? So if you think about it,
like that, he aggressed. What are you talking about?
If you think about it, when you say like the Dave Free thing came first in Family Matters.
Correct, yeah.
And then there was a response. And then the other thing came. It wasn't like, it's like, oh, okay, boom, boom. It was like a 1-for-1 to me.
Okay, so you are, and I'm asking, because we think that the Dave Free line was a lie, that gave Kendrick also a green light to lie about the daughter, hypothetically, because we do not know these people and their personal lives like that.
Oh, yeah, I mean, sure.
So you don't get a point taken away if you do a whole third verse about something that's completely unproven and possibly fed as information to you to give you the okie doke.
Well, no, okay, let's do it this way. Let's take it out. Let's take the whole verse out.
Okay.
There's a record still.
I love the record. I love the record.
Which record is this?
Meet the Grams.
I don't like the record.
Okay.
At all.
Meet the Grams is trash.
Oh, on no level. I've listened to it a total of maybe 5 times. And I told him that I don't like the record.
What don't you like about it?
It's too fucking, it's dark, and it makes me uncomfortable. I don't like it. I'm a jovial, like I'm a nerd and I'm like cerebral, but I'm a jovial individual. I have good positive frequencies. I don't like that shit. I don't like the depth and dark, like shit. That ain't my bag. So I told him that. That's like my least favorite record out of everything.
Maul, do you think Meet the Grams, even based off your opinion of the record, because even Head said he doesn't really like it like that, do you feel like it was effective off Drake's probably best record in this entire beef?
No.
Why?
I mean, people don't even really talk about Meet the Grams. It's not even a song that people, I think, like Head said, I think most people kind of forget that record. Like, we get it. He dropped it right after, you know, and the timing of it when he dropped it was like, oh shit, you know, everybody was running back and forth to YouTube. Kendrick just dropped and this, whatever. But I think when you go back and listen to it, it's probably the least favorite from most people.
Fair. But do you think if Family Matters, being the diss record that it is, had more time to breathe, it would have been more effective in this battle, whereas Meet the Grams to Not Like Us back to back after, I think, Drake's best diss record ever?
Family Matters?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Do you think that was an effective step on when it came to Drake's best effort?
No, I mean, no matter what Kendrick said or put out, I thought the timing of it
to be brought up in a battle.
I think if I do discuss with you, hey, this is a line, my earlobes are off limits, and I violate the sanctity of that, let's meet up and die.
Okay.
Maul?
Mad at that?
Do you have any thoughts?
On what he just said? I mean, you know, that's fair. If he feels like, you know, again, if there was a conversation and, you know, certain things were deemed off limits, if somebody violates, you know, the terms of the conversation, I think all bets are off. There's no rules of engagement. Everything is, you know, fair game. I just think, you know, just where I think your moral compass kicks in at some point. And it's just certain things certain energies I just wouldn't invite into, you know, my music and things like that. And I just think, you know, just that word is something that I just would never throw around unless it was absolutely definitively true. Like, then cool. But if not, I don't think you play with that word at all.
I think that's the difference, though.
What?
The nuance of, I want to say, like, cultural prowess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, people who don't understand certain things.
Here's my thing, not to cut you off.
I know. Y'all would never watch these bum ass things. I'm just trying to get to this PDF thing, and then we're gonna switch to something else.
If Kendrick, again, I've never had a conversation with Kendrick about any of this shit, but if he feels like Drake is indeed a pedophile, how long did he feel like that? How long did he, you know, think Drake was a pedophile? And why has he done music with somebody he thinks is a pedophile? No, I'm not saying I'm not telling you to answer it. I would just say, to me, it's just like, if we know, we come from a certain area, we see, we don't even play with that word, because where we from, we know what happens to those type of people. We see people creating content online, or meeting up with people that's trying to meet up with kids and have sex, beat them up, whatever. So in this battle, to introduce that energy against someone, and you don't know if it's facts or not, you may just feel like it is for whatever reasons, whatever conversations you're privy to. My thing is, how long did you feel like that?
I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like,
But
how long did you feel
let me
like
ask Maul a question.
Yeah.
Maul is beefing with Joe Budden.
Mm-hmm.
What's off limits?
What's off limits?
What's off limits?
Nothing is off limits.
Nothing is off limits.
Yeah.
So let's meet up and die.
Yeah.
Okay. So by that standard, then you can't say, well, that goes against my moral compass and all. Like, you just said nothing is off limits.
Right.
So that's what that.
You're right, and I understand that, but when it comes to that, and we both have children, right? So we can at one point in our lives be ready to die and crash out. We'll burn all this shit down.
All right, they want to ask his name. He thinks Drake's a PDF. Hold on.
Totally different. We're more, we're different versions of what we used to be. How precious.
All right, man, I can't watch anything more. Let's see. This is the part I wanted to play. Here we go. Where is it? Is it here?
Not my question. Say something nice.
I said all of these things about Kendrick.
All right, man. There's a point they asked this nigga, do you think Drake's a pedophile? He says no. That was the point. I can't find it, but I really don't give a fuck. All right, let's move on. What I did want to play, and I am playing another video, so chill out, chat. Yo,
I want to do my walkthrough. That's the court order. Let me do my.
So this is Jeannie Mae. She shows up to Jeezy's house, and when showing up to Jeezy's house, she has a court order to get all her property. Now, I gotta say, beautiful fucking house. Like, how many garages are we talking about? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it might be a 5-car garage. Look like, obviously they lived here. This was in Atlanta, and they were married. Now, it didn't work out for whatever reason, and apparently, as per the separation order, and while they were getting divorced, the judge authorized Jeannie Mae to go to the house to go get her shit. Apparently, Jeezy packed all her shit in boxes in the garage and did not want her to go to the rest of the house. This is not the house. This is kind of like some part of the house, but the house is kind of like behind there. She shows up and she ends, the cops are later called. I think this white woman here is like an assistant or something for Jeezy. And it becomes a whole thing because she wants to walk inside the house to do a walkthrough and see what of hers is there. Jeezy's not at the property, doesn't want her there. Also, they were in the news recently. Jeannie Mae. They were in the news because this video is really really spurred her going back to court, and she told the judge that Jeezy disobeyed a court order, and the judge was upset, saying, "What? If you disobey it again, you will go to jail." It says, hit a new low as the month of April came to a close this week. The Georgia decision. Per the court documents, the judge said that Jeezy willfully failed to fulfill one of the requirements laid out in the divorce, which was to return the title of a Range Rover to May. This unfortunately checks out with what we told you previously happened in December when May reportedly was barred from retrieving the last of her things from the Atlanta home they once shared. Despite having a court order to do so, as a result, police were called, though no incident occurred, and she was able to retrieve her things. Okay. Now, I want to play a little bit of this, even though it's pretty long. I'm going to try to speed it up. Let's put this on playback speed 1.25. But this is her pulling up to Jeezy's crib, the police pulling up and trying to sort out what the fuck. Now, y'all kind of tell me what your read of this whole situation is. Essentially, she wants to walk in the house and look at shit. They're saying no. All your shit's already packed in these boxes, and she's making a big deal about it. Check this out.
My walkthrough, and what I'm personally checking for is my belongings. I moved my whole life from Los Angeles to here. I also had a baby here. I lived in this house. I decorated this whole house. So yes, I absolutely want to make sure that my things are taken with me as
in addition to what's packed up.
I want to make sure. I can't say for addition. You might be right. He might have packed everything for me, but I deserve a walkthrough because of court order. So that's what I'm here for. I'm not. How am I supposed to know when I look at these pictures? How can I organize to make sure I've gotten all of the boxes? Am I just to assume that everything that has been packed is enough, even though there's 10 pages of pictures to one box? So let's look at this one box. So you look through, can you look through your Dropbox and look through 1 through 10? Do you think those 10 items are in this box? Take a look. Look at that. Look at this.
I did not take inventory of every single thing that was going into
right. So that's why I'm asking for it. But just know that you have mouse traps here, right? Like a few inches away from where we're standing. And then you have my belongings for 6 months standing in a deep, damp garage that are exposed and open. I'm just talking about respect.
In the month of December 2024, local police got a call to the home of Jay Wayne Jenkins, known as rapper Young Jeezy. The call was made by Emmy award-winning daytime talk show host Jeannie Mai, the ex-wife of Jay Jenkins. The dispute was over a court order allowing entry in the home to retrieve property following the divorce.
Okay. How's it going, sir? What's going on today?
Pretty good. So Mitch and I, how you doing, bro? Mitch and I, she she's the ex-wife. So she got a court order to get all her stuff out today. So she came with property, and he won't allow. He just allowed her to in the garage. So she down there now. So I don't know what's detail. It's a dispute order. So about to call.
Oh, okay. But they weren't preventing her from getting her stuff or anything like that.
I think so. I think it's dispute going on.
Okay, but she's on the property now. Okay. Do they have to buzz us in or? I take it she has a copy of that court order with her? Okay, good deal. Do you know what all she was getting today or?
Some all her personal stuff.
Household items? Okay.
Was she bringing like a truck? Yeah, she got a truck. She was going to see if she was going to let her property first. She's almost standby.
Okay. Usually lunchtime on a Monday is a weird time, but yeah, I mean, I guess it's never a good time.
Let's skip through this a little bit. Okay.
There's an issue with the order because it's
okay, here we go.
Personal things as far as like your clothing and things like that.
No, my personal items.
I'm gonna step over here a couple feet so I can read this.
Yes. Yeah.
So has Jeannie Mae talking
Yep,
to like?
I went through every one of them. My items are still not in there.
Okay, so if there's anything that's a dispute, we'll just have to handle that
Yeah.
at a later time.
Yeah, that's okay.
Get everything.
Yep. Yeah, so I'm here to do that, but my security's not being let in. So we haven't been able to move forward. So we've wasted another hour of all of these people's time since I've been here at 9 o'clock, which you guys knew since Friday. So now we're at almost 1 o'clock. My security's not here. I'm not able to walk through the boxes. So I just want you to know that this is all still being held up by you guys. No, she told you on Friday. We can call her if you want to, but we should not have any conversation about this without proper counsel. So you should actually include her on the call right now.
Actually, I'm speaking directly with Jenna. You came in and started integrating yourself into the conversation.
No, you're talking to the authorities that I called. You're talking to the authorities that I called, so I should be a part of the conversation since I called the authorities you're talking to.
I'm more so giving them the layout.
Yeah, so let's start one by one. So let's open the gate so the security can come in so that I can go and handle the boxes because that's most important, right? Then we'll let these officers file the report as they came to do, and then we'll be done. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna here.
Yeah, he's still looking over the court order.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Okay. So they look at the court order. They realize she does have some authority. Beautiful house, by the way. Beautiful house.
With all information regarding the application, to be present, each third party to be member of the for your walkthrough.
I mean, he can or can't. I just know he needs to have security.
Okay.
And then I was allowed security, and I was told that if I do walk through, that he has a security or his representative to walk with me as I walk through. That's what I know about. I'm not sure if he was. I don't remember him being forbidden not to be here, but it wasn't a problem to me if he was.
Vision function. And I take it, do you have like an itemized list of everything that you don't believe to be boxed up?
Yes, I do.
You do? Okay.
Yes.
That's fine. Like I said, I can't prove what's yours or
Of
what's
course.
his, and
No,
I mean, you guys would know better.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I what I was told, and obviously you guys know your job better than I do.
Back out and park
Okay.
over there so we can get the truck in and out.
Sure. Thank you. They'll be here at 1:09.
Okay, perfect.
What I was told is when an order isn't being complied with when it comes to entry, that you guys would come and approach the situation to see if they really are confirming they're not allowing, which I think she just already did, and then you would make a report. And that's all I
Is Mr.
expected.
Jenkins here on ground?
I heard he's not. I don't think he is. I don't think he is.
Okay, well, I mean, if he's not, then I don't know if I would let a third party. I mean, I take it this was y'all's home together.
Yes.
Just obviously
Yes.
coming in after the fact.
Yeah.
I mean, if I wasn't at my house, I don't know how I feel about a third party letting someone through. Not saying you're not trustworthy,
Of
but
course not. But that's where it's made very clear that
Okay.
he has to let me in before the 15th. He has to let me in before the 15th, and also has to have a third party, which would be her or a security, which he has both here to walk me through. So they're here, ready to walk me through. At this point, what are the rules when you don't follow court orders?
take it for the judge and render some judgment. I mean, there's not much we can do if he's not here. If you were behind the door and I could talk to him, sir, do you mind if we come through with body
Yeah, because I
cameras?
wouldn't mind you guys walking with me. Yeah. Or maybe, is that even an option? Can we maybe ask?
It is, but when it comes to court orders, we as law enforcement have to be very hesitant on what borders we push. If it's, like this is paper, this is black and white, obviously. We can't really muddy those lines versus if you showed up like, hey, I'm going out of town, I'm moving to Cali, I'd like to get some stuff. Sure, I agree, the officers can escort you with their body cameras. When it comes to court orders, we can't really change any of the margins with
and
this.
I wouldn't ask you to, yeah.
But let me just read through and see.
It'll just be a moment. Let me check.
No problem. So respondent shall pick up her few listed items on Exhibit 8 on or before December 15th. She'll have 6 days.
Okay.
Response should be in front of official.
All right. So they start going to go get stuff. The assistant tells her, yo, half of your shit is like in the, well, all your shit actually is in the garage. It's already in boxes. So they walk to the garage.
So, KJ, are you on the phone? I just want you to know that I'm looking through. Some of the boxes are damaged with the coating exposed. So I'm just not really thinking that his impact is enough, even though they're organized to make sure I've gotten all of the boxes. Am I just to assume that everything that his impact is enough, even though there's 10 pages of pictures to one box? So let's look at this one box. So you look through, can you look through your Dropbox and look through 1 through 10? Do you think those 10 items are in this box? Take a look. Look at that. Look at this.
I did not take inventory of every single thing that was going into
Right, so that's why I'm asking, when you're asking me to to just take for granted that everything is in those boxes, I can do that, so I'm not gonna waste your time going through everything. But if you don't even know, because you didn't even pack it, how can you tell me that 10 pages are in one box? Go to your Dropbox. Take a look.
No, so let's say
You QR code this, right? So let's say that's one QR code, 10 pages are in one box.
so
And then let's also make sure, let's make sure I'm having this back to a woman. Just think about that. You know, when he came to pick up his stuff,
I'm trying to at least get to the side and let that be known, because last thing I want to do is add to someone's divorce paperwork.
But let me finish. It doesn't matter that he's handled mine, but if you didn't pack it yourself, then you also don't know what I'm asking. So for you to tell me what is
your supervisor?
okay, then can you go to Dropbox and ask him a
So
question?
like K07N. I'm sorry, this was like 6 months ago. So K07N 1 through 6, meaning like 1 of 6. So then there'll be 2 of 6 associated with that K07N.
So let's go through it now and you can show me. Let's start from the first part.
So essentially, so her issue, just to kind of like, give you a update. So she wants to go in the house. They're like, no, all your shit's in boxes already. She's like, nah, I think y'all are lying. It's no way all of the items I've ever had at this house is already packed. Jeezy had this shit packed in boxes. You can tell he don't want nothing to do with this bitch. Basically, she's not allowed to go in the main house, and she could get her shit from here and just dip. but she wants to walk through the house.
The Dropbox. Because I'm sure if it were your belongings, you'd want to make sure you have
So,
it.
for example, like your awards will be in K083.
Okay, so when we go through these, I guess the best thing to do is let's scan it.
Let's
do
just
that,
call
let's
this
open
spade
it,
a
make
spade.
sure it's good. Yeah, to get out. Because the problem is these are all going to LA. And I would hate for us to then open it in LA. Yeah,
You want to go through there and take some shit.
So let's
That's what
start
you want to
from,
do.
we can start from here.
Okay, let me just
You want
run
to
a
take some
card,
shit on the slide.
and then we'll just
Try to have the upper hand and
No,
shit.
we don't have manpower
I
for
want to
that.
make sure my face is
Sure, of course.
That's one of the things to let him do a retrieve her stuff. Shouldn't be an issue if he's not here, but
All right, let
Yes.
me.
How does
let me just
everything
update-
look? Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna talk to her real quick
Okay,
as far
go
as
for it.
item 10, and then I'll reconvene with you.
Go for it.
Ma'am, what was the expectation today? Is that you have law enforcement for the loading process, or you just wanted the walkthrough?
Me or?
You, ma'am.
Sorry, me.
Yeah.
Say that again.
What was the intent for law enforcement presence? Was it to see if they'd be
Intent?
willing to do the walkthrough?
See if they're willing to do the walkthrough, what you think. You confirm no, and then just make us a report if you could.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I don't want to waste your guys' time.
Okay, no problem. Ma'am, can I have a word with you real quick?
Of course.
And you're representative for Mr. Jenkins?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I'm trying to piece together who's who. Sorry. So I was reading through this. I don't know if you've got a.
I don't have copies.
Okay, so
I'm on with his lawyer.
Okay, no problem. And like I said, we're not here to strong arm any parties involved.
Right.
Obviously, peaceful transition is
Yeah.
obviously the most desired. So if you want to read Article 10 for yourself, it does basically summarize everything that she's
Mr.
stated.
Jenkins is calling. So,
Yeah, if you need
like,
to take that. 'Cause if
KJ,
he's
can
willing-
you text him really quick and tell him I'm talking to the officer?
Like I said, I'm not trying to do any undue
tell
paperwork
me
for
because
anybody.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, no. So Article 10 basically says that she can do a walkthrough when she comes and designate a representative being you to be present. She'll take a picture, text of any item that she believes to be hers. Petitioner, Mr. Jenkins would respond immediately. Obviously, our body cams are rolling through our entire encounter. So that's something where he says, yeah, that's no problem. The officers can go with her. That way, if there is something, like I said, it's nothing that we're trying to create further legal issues. But if she does want it documented that, court ordered signed by a judge says that she can get a walkthrough and he's saying no, that's obviously going to present more problems for him down the line. It's nothing that we're going to do as law enforcement today, but I don't like to add to anyone's torment during a separation.
I do. Yeah, so he definitely doesn't agree to that stipulation. We've already filed an emergency motion with the court, so we were already anticipating that an incident report was going to be filed in that regard. So we're just going to have to handle that civilly in court.
Okay.
Civil walkthrough, but he's definitely ensured that all of her personal belongings have been packaged, are inventory and ready to go.
So I think if I can, like, Jeannie, you just want to check on the furniture that you came in. Is that correct?
I want to do my walkthrough. That's the court order. Let me do my walkthrough, and what I'm personally checking for is my belongings. I've moved my whole life from Los Angeles
Well,
to
you're
here.
gonna
I
get
also
an
had a
incident
baby here.
report. It don't matter.
I
All
lived
the
in
extra
this
shit,
house.
it
I
don't
decorated this
matter.
whole
All
house.
the
So
extra
yes,
shit you
I
saying, it
absolutely want
don't
to make sure
matter. You
that
finna
my
get an
things
incident
are
report.
taken with me as I
Emergency motion has been
I want to make
filed.
sure. I can't say
Back
for
to
addition. You
court.
might be right. He might have packed everything for me,
Y'all going
but I
back
deserve
to
a
court.
walk
Y'all ain't getting a
because
Jeezy
of the
house.
court order. So that's what I'm
You're
here.
not getting a
I'm
Jeezy
not
house.
saying I'm going to. I might walk out empty-handed. I just want to make sure that my house that I know is coming with me, and so it's leaving with just his house being his.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Also
I
keep
just
in mind.
wanted a little clarity.
Yeah, that's
for
okay.
everyone.
And keep in mind also
Yeah.
that the reason why it sounds crazy that I need to be clear with what's in these boxes is because not you, but whoever, your party, this other party hasn't even given me the app to access my stuff.
And you
So
not.
I'm only allowed Dropbox pictures.
That's what you
You
see
wasting
is what I
time.
have.
You're supposed to be grabbing your
Where's the
boxes
app
by
though
now.
to allow me
Still
to
supposed to be
actually
grabbing your box.
access like what items are
Even
in
though
each
you ain't
box?
getting your
Because
walkthrough
it's just a
yet, you
Dropbox
still
for me.
supposed to be grabbing your box.
KJ, what do you want to do about that?
Grab your box.
Yeah, can you let the movers in, please? And can you move this car so we
Because
can
you
get this
ain't
going?
getting that walkthrough right now. It's finna be a report file.
Yo, Jeannie may move like she's the boss in this bitch.
I just feel like they're wanting me to move and get things out, but then they're
No, I
resisting.
understand.
Because the movers are here. We've been here since 9.
It's not. Oh, okay.
And
You're gonna be busy so fast. You have to
Yeah.
Nobody
resist
resists
again,
you
go
from
back
getting
Was
again.
the
Mr.
shit that's in the
Jenkins
boxes where
pre-alerted
they
that you
told
guys
you
were
to
gonna
get
come
it
to this
from.
date?
You're holding up the process.
Because obviously I don't know any of the
Yeah.
history, so I'm
And
just
let them
asking a
sort out
question.
if you finna
I'm
get in there,
calling
which
to
you're not
make
finna
sure
get in
because-
there. You're not getting a GC house if he ain't there. Hey, all y'all know these hoes think they slick, man. Try to take niggas shit. Bitches be forgetting all type of
And then while we're here, do you happen to have your license right on you? Sir?
dirty mother.
Have your license right?
Okay. So then they try to get the movers to come in.
And you've just
I
touched.
tell you
And the Asians
who
is
or
the
what they
worst
look like is on
one.
the line. They might not even be an attorney, but whoever is claiming to be his attorney on the phone is stating that, hey, we're aware of that. We're going to work it out in court, so they know that he has dismissed your request via court order for that. So it's all on body cam, but like I said, as long as you can get 90% of your stuff out, like I said, you know what's in the house, or you might know
Right,
what's in
right.
But unfortunately, that's kind of how
Now, why y'all think she
You're
wanna go
not
in
getting in Jeezy house. Denied, bitch. You're not going.
She claims all her stuff isn't in these boxes. She wants to walk through the house. Now, me just knowing toxic women, she want to walk through the house and see if another bitch done moved in.
Yeah, she want to see all type
Another
of shit.
bitch done changed up shit that she set a certain way. Listen, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe I have different opinions.
it goes with shared marital property is the courts. It's not always fun. It's not always efficient. It's not always fast. But we're obviously not gonna be able to kick down any doors or assault through the windows.
know
or
what
anything
that
like
nigga
that today.
fast
But,
at.
Or
She tryna
take
go in
some of
there
his
and get
shit
some money.
that he got to go talk
Exactly.
to her.
Exactly.
Because he made sure he wasn't at the house at the time. He got an assistant or someone who's a representative dealing with her.
it will be documented. I'm glad you brought this. So it's obviously something to go on. But give me a couple minutes. I'll have it.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. Thank you. Hello.
Did you get contact for the representative? I know attorneys on the phone.
Biz knew she wasn't getting in the house. She tried to pull a fast one.
And then if the attorney wants to give your name,
Hoes be trying to just do shit. See them they can get away with it. She just trying shit.
You went to move in?
Yeah.
Now, this is assistant on her job, though. Watch.
That'll fit in there. That'll fit.
I have no idea. I think so.
I need everyone to sign in, and I think it would be in everyone.
So she tells her, yo, listen, your movers, if they come on the property, this is Jeezy's house, you got to sign an NDA. I don't give a fuck who you are. You got to sign NDAs. And Jeannie Mae, she's not into that shit. Listen.
Do you know who they are?
I'm not doing anything unless my lawyer's looked it up, but that's like, I'm 100%. I think it's right line. He's still committed to something that will cause it.
Jeezy look like he got a good, like, she's a good assistant. Before you bring these fucking movers on the property, sign the NDAs. She's like, no, I'm not doing that bullshit, whatever.
Do you want your lawyer to approve that? For them to sign that?
She can, KJ, you can call Michaela. You have her number.
You see how difficult this shit is? Everybody's like, call your lawyer, call your lawyer.
Let them in so they can get started.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so Alejandro, you feel good?
Like for real though. See all this bullshit we gotta go through. Over supposed love, all because of love. Bitch, please.
I guess they just gonna walk around and load up that way.
Gucci still got his
hired to
bitch.
do. Hey guys.
If the attorney wants to give her info too, she can. If not, you'll suffice. All right.
But he don't know how to pick them motherfuckers.
I can't get out. The gate.
Oh, these niggas don't work for no moving company. These are old regular YNs right here. What the fuck? I see why Jeezy had so many people at his house waiting. Jeannie Mae was about to pull up with YNs to rob this nigga, man.
I'm trying to tell you,
These
talk
niggas
about a
don't work for
walkthrough.
No fucking moving company. Look at these niggas.
Talking about a
No
walk.
moving company type of drip.
I can't get out. The gate.
Talk about a walkthrough. Them niggas come from the tri. Them niggas work with the triads, man. Them niggas got a U-Haul.
When I look at K07F, what do you want boxes
Yeah.
filed away so I can
Okay, so it's on pick up you.
Photos of what's inside. Of what's in each box.
Yes.
The officer's coming back with your case card.
Okay.
It's not. I thought it was like box 1. Here's picture 1. I thought it was that, which I'm not asking you to do. I'm just being clear because what was told to me in court, what made it seem like it was that easy that I wouldn't have to go through any box. I could look at it, pop it open, go. Look,
Yeah,
that's this
every
box.
QR code. I mean, there's
No,
a general
but
photo of what's in there.
You have to open them to see if they actually match each of those pictures, which I'm not going to do.
Right.
But I just want you to hear. KJ, are you still on?
Yes,
Thank you. I just want you to know that when I'm coming here, there are boxes that are damaged, clothes that are exposed.
There's the one box. I'll send it to you.
Have you gone through all the boxes? Have you gone through all the boxes to know which has been damaged and not?
Yo, damn well,
I'm just saying,
nigga.
you're throwing out blanket statements in front of you without being factual. Let's be factual. One box now is damaged, but we have not gone through all the boxes.
I'll take photos. Yeah, we can take photos as they're getting full.
Jeannie Mae must have been, yo. Anytime I see a chick who's like, yo, she's as hell. I'm like, yo, she must got fire pussy and suck crazy dick. Like, Jesus Christ. She looked like she's insufferable.
Like other things that have been. This is open. So like for example, like something like this may have had something of monocles in there that I had boxed up, and then Minhee was like, no, that's monocles. You know, that's
Man, I never
or online at that hyperlink. Like I said, it'll be an information report, so it's just facts and circumstances tied to all three of our body cams. Nothing criminal as far as what has occurred. Now, if there's violation of court order, that's something that you can go forward from a judge. Show I'll mention in 10 at 10 what was supposed to happen, what did not. I'll talk to her before we depart. But past that, do you have any questions, issues for me?
No.
All right. Well, best of luck getting all your stuff back. I know it's a pain, but easy as we can. Or that hyperlink and get a copy of the report, okay? And I don't know who his attorney is. I assume it was the
I'm
lady
on
on
the
the
phone
phone.
with her,
Okay.
yeah.
If she wants to give her name, I can reference her. If she doesn't want to give that over the phone, that's fine as well.
And that means her name would be in the court. How did she find that?
These are the YNs they hired. Look, the assistant said, how'd she even find y'all niggas? Watch this.
What's that?
Yeah, no.
She gets told to ask her first. Anybody has her.
How did she find that?
They're trying to get them to sign non-disclosure.
Unfair.
No, I was just
I'm going by my word. They can't because they're black. Think about it. What makes sense here? They're moving things and they're accountable for what they witness and see. If they're signing NDAs and they're moving anything that's damaged, they can't say that. So all of this should have been handled in court.
A lot more difficult to move when you can't touch boxes and stuff. So, which is her? I guess she came with her security, and then isn't here.
This is her security.
Go, man. Take care.
All right, and the bullshit ends. Listen, man, Jeezy, we've all been there, man.
No, we
We've all been
haven't.
there. For whatever reason, the devil was on our
No, we
shoulder.
have
You
not.
start locking in with some succubus.
I ain't never
and
been married.
Attaching is the worst part, man. I know
never
Jeezy
do
was
no
just like, man,
fuck
let my
shit
sister
like
and everybody
that.
deal with it. He was definitely over this shit. I think they were only married for like a year. They did have a child though in between. All right.
That's what's stupid
Did
about
y'all
it.
see this?
He married
So-
that bitch because she was pregnant.
This was wild chat. So apparently, this is crazy. So Trippie Red done took one of Future's bitches. Now, let me, and Future, don't get mad, Crody, but this is the word. They said Future got like 6 main girls. Like Future is like the biggest whore. And you got to think about the music he makes. It allows him to be. Like he's like the cool guy who's, he kind of tricks on these bitches, but he's still keeping it peed, this and third. Got a bunch of girls. Like he says, if she got an AP, then she's mine. If she don't, she whatever. She belongs to the street. All of his sayings, right? Now, it appears that a girl that Trippie Red posted on his Instagram, right? Like he posted up a new girl. Did I post the link? I don't know if I posted it, but Trippie posted on his Instagram. Let me see. Trippie Red Instagram. I don't know if he still has it up there. He posted a new girl. Oh, he deleted it. Trippie Red new girl. So he had posted some big booty girl right here. And people were like, yo, why are you posting a new girl while you're pregnant, while your ex, Coyle Ray, is pregnant with your child? Coyle Ray is still pregnant. She hasn't delivered a child yet. Now, what ended up happening is that apparently the girl he posted is a girl that used to be one of Future's bitches. So apparently, Future hits up his former harem member, hold on, and kind of checks her about like, wait, yo, you're fucking with Trippie now? And this is a conversation that ensued. Supposedly, she says, shaking my head, which is to, Trippie and, I guess Trippie posting her, the same thing we just seen, right? Basically this. And say, shaking my head, I hope you got that tattoo removed. Apparently, the girl, when she was fucking with Future, tattooed Future's name like right here. So Future says, embarrassing. You really a good girl. And then The she says, LOL, you're a narcissist. You took back my watch. There's nothing really to speak on. And he then says, that's your nigga now? Then she says, we talk. Then he says, you come to Miami? Don't let me know, huh? And then she says, you have Cabriana, Brianna, Jessica, etc. I don't want to be a part of that. Basically naming his other girlfriends. Then he says to her, you stupid to think that's not the case with any of these niggas, okay? Now, this is the girl in question, and apparently she was on Future's harem, but now Trippie Redd got her, all right? Now, what happened afterwards is that Future, because a lot of people said, yo, Future is like big pimping. Like, Future not going to be pressing a girl talking about, oh, you fucking another guy.
You simping now,
Future say she
dog.
belonged to the streets, right?
You simping.
Some
You
people
took the
felt
watch
like
back,
these
dude.
messages showed Future in a light that was
Didn't you take the
tenderoni.
watch back?
Now, Future actually responded to this whole thing, and he said, yo, this is a fake text, by the way, right? And he then tweeted, he said, I stay out the mix, still get thrown in fake news. People try to use me for promo is goofy, okay? I think he also sent out another tweet, but he probably deleted both by now, if you ask me. Yeah, he deleted both. The other tweet was, where is it at? Shade Room probably got it. What was the other tweet? Where is he at? Oh, they didn't post it? I thought everybody posted it. Let's look at Neighborhood Talk. They probably posted it, right? Because Future had another tweet. Wow, maybe nobody covered it like that. Are we the only people who cover that shit?
Nope.
No way. What about Hollywood Unlock? I would think they would care about like girl drama. I guess not. Okay, whatever. Anyway, the point is this: like Future denied it. Now, so Future denies it. Then Trippie gets on Instagram and posts this video. So he does this like slick thing where he's kind of like, it seems like he's mocking Future a bit, but he's like poking fun at it because again, the messages do kind of make Future look a little tenderoni. Now, of course, he's gonna put fake news, but chat, I'm here to say I got the details for you. Don't you worry. And it's kind of funny how like just these rich niggas kind of like they're all fucking the same girls, and the only thing that's really that made this newsworthy is that Future of all people, he does give a fuck. Like Future's kind of, I hate to say it, chat. Like Future might be a little bit tender to some of these chicks. You get what I'm saying? And all of the shit we've been hearing about Future is like, it sounds good, but I don't know how true to this. Now, Future's team try to like, you know, they actually try to do some recognizance and damage control. And I'll post what shit they sent me, and they sent a few other blogs. Because, hold on. Where is that? They sent a shit ton of people. Hold on. Where is this? I know. Some of y'all might be like, yo, we don't care. Yeah, I probably don't. So, and hopefully this loads. If this page is open, we're good. Okay, I think it's good. All right. So,
when Drake,
oh, the post and post it. Anyway, the girl who put the message out, which is her, she also went live for a second and she did this.
Okay, and then the Future thing. If you really want to do that, I could post screenshots about him too, which I'm not messy and I'm not going to do that. But that's old. This is from 2021.
She's showing like an old tattoo.
This shit is almost lasered off. Bro, exactly. Future, big fish. How you went from Future to Trippie? Because Future's a hoe too. Future has mad bitches, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, these women got no self-respect. It's like they just admit that they're passed around commodities and they're like, yeah, who cares?
Okay, and then the Future.
Okay, so this was the message. This was the old tattoo. Future basically denied it, and then I get sent. Wait, is this thing going to upload or not? No. Give me a second. All right, it should upload now. My bad. My phone's moving dumb slow. Anyway. So, by the way, this is how all rap beef starts, chat. Like 2 rappers are fucking a chick who fucks every rapper who's popping. And then the rappers start almost bragging about it. So once this video posts, you'll kind of see where like the slight drama is going to happen. And this is how you get to realize the rap industry is so stupid, right? This girl is fucking multiple rappers, right? I'm not saying currently, but she has, right? So look here. Future's team somehow send me this, right? I didn't even know they had my contact. They called the girl in question and they said, why the hell you posting Future's text messages online? And this is what happened.
I don't know, man. I don't know what you're doing, but all that social media shit, man, we ain't with this shit, man.
I'm not doing no social media shit. I sent it to Trippie. And I was like, oh, like, you know him? Like, aren't y'all cool? Because he said that's his favorite artist. And I sent it to him. He was like, oh, get that.
So supposedly Trippie tells the girl, Future's my favorite artist. So she sends the message of Future. Like, she's like, oh, I used to fuck with him. Sends the message about how Future was kind of like, you know, whatever. And
that shit off your face. Like, whatever. He was telling me that. Get the tat off your face. You're an embarrassment. You're for the
But
streets.
he been telling you that. I mean, this ain't no new shit. You know what I'm trying to say? But
so apparently Future is a fucker in 2021. Been telling her, yo, could you get my name off your face? You're a fucking embarrassment. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. He finds out she's fucking Trippie. He reminds her again, could you please get my name removed off your face as a tattoo? Because you're fucking embarrassing.
But why would Trippie Red be doing that?
Because he's about to drop an album. And I feel like he wants the clout.
That's crazy.
I never sent that shit out.
These rap niggas is crazy as fucking.
So this chick who doesn't know she's been recorded snitches on Trippie. And by the way, she's Trippie's new ting, right? She's Trippie's new ting. But she snitches on Trippie by saying, yo, Trippie,
that's why he deleted it.
Wants the clout. So when I sent him the screenshot of Future, supposedly Trippie leaks it to the blogs. I didn't get it from Trippie, but I seen some other blogs post it.
Goofy. He a goofy,
but I
man.
Never, and I told him that I have the text message of me texting Trippie. I said, why would you send that out?
So it wasn't fake news.
Oh, no, I sent it to my management.
That's it. It wasn't fake. That's all they said.
Nigga push that narrative, man. Niggas trying to sell a music. Nigga make music, nigga.
So now they're saying that Trippie Red is now leaking fake messages to try to sell maybe an image or sell his music.
You know what I'm saying? What you need us
I
for?
don't have beef with them, like whatever. Like, yeah, I know I never should have done that, but I didn't think it was gonna make it to the blogs and all this crazy shit.
Yeah, but you was on live tripping the other day too, man. I seen it. I didn't even want to say nothing to nigga. I just be wanting that shit to blow over, man. Like, we ain't on that type of time now. You know what I'm saying?
Now, let me get to the shit that y'all might care. I don't care if Trippie and Future are like male peacocking or beefing slightly over a girl that seems like many people have ran through or fucked with. What's interesting to me in this whole scenario is that I didn't know Future
Gave a fuck.
Had any tender tendencies. That's what shocked me, chat. So when I found out that Future, I'm like, because by the way, I also spoke to the girl, and I called her a straight up liar. I said, Future don't type like that. I said, ain't no way Future is typing to you like he's
Yes, he is. Did you see the ass on that bitch?
Ain't no way Future is typing like he's like some
This-
softy or
that
whatever.
bitch bad.
Because we know Future for just being a thug.
That's a bad bitch.
I ain't gonna lie to you, chat.
I see why.
She sent me more messages.
That boy.
Apparently,
tender
this
as
is how
shit
Future
about
texting
that
these
hoe.
bitches, bro.
That boy tender as fuck about that.
And I ain't gonna lie, it hurt my heart a
And then
little
he said
bit
it's fake. That's
because
how you know it real tender.
we
He
all
mad
look
that she
at
got out.
Future as
That
the
nigga
ultimate player, and maybe he was just gaslighting in some of these messages.
That nigga tender.
And Future, I know you're gonna say
That
these
bitch.
fake,
That's a bad bitch though. That bitch bad.
as you should.
That shit fat.
Oh my god, I can't. It's taking forever.
He gonna be salty about that bitch like he is about Russell Wilson. He gonna be salty about that one.
Check out this bullshit chat.
What's going on? What's going on now? Man, get out your phone, bro. You tripping.
So the chick sends me some more details, and she's like, "Yo," she's like, "I'm not here to convince you that Future. This is how Future texted me, and I used to fuck with him." Which I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Future's human. Who cares? But I was shocked that Future had any tenderoni type of text messages going on. That shit blew my mind. Because we've looked up the Future like he was the goddamn, Jesus of hard on thoughts. So apparently this is when she got the tattoo, and she was like, "Yo, this is gonna make Shade Room the tat. You ready?" Laugh my ass off. Future says, "Ready." Who gives a fuck about the Shade Room? LOL. Definitely not me. They say fake shit all the time. Even the true shit I don't give a fuck about. She says, "Laugh my ass off." She says, "You want a small or big?" Pause. He says, "Big." I don't believe you. Then she starts showing like things about like certain type of tattoos that she could get. One there. There's another picture. I cropped it though. She says to him, "Which one you like?" He said, "I don't believe you at all." So I guess this girl wants to get his name tatted on her face to prove loyalty. Actually, that's not Future being tender. That's Future being a real nigga. She's trying to convince him that she's faithful to him. And then she says, "The tat, you ready?" And then he says, "Ready." Okay. All right. Yeah, I think I read this part already. So essentially, I don't know. This kind of seemed real. The only thing I really care about, I don't care about Trippie Red fucking like some pass around industry tape. What I care about is if Future is low-key simping, and it's kind of, made me think about Future a little bit. I said, yo, Future the only nigga that admits he's kind of a trick, but we think he's super hard on hoes. He's buying these chicks like $100,000 watches. Like, is the guy who buying chicks $100,000 watch talking about if she don't got an AP, she ain't mine? Is he really hard on thoughts, or is he simping? That's the only thing I've been trying to process after seeing this bullshit. So him saying, "I hope you got that tattoo removed, embarrassing, you a good girl. That's your nigga now. You come to Miami, you don't let me know, huh? You stupid to do that. Well, I think this is some real shit. You stupid to think that's not the case with any of these niggas." Somebody said the GOAT not simple. Yeah, nah, I don't really. I think I read the message a little bit wrong earlier, but this one did look a little crazy though. It felt like Trippie was a little bit like, "Yo, you with a new man?" But yo, no, not Trippie. I mean Future. Like Future was like, "Yo, you with a new man?" Yo, it's Trippie. That's interesting. Anyway, what's the verdict? Is Future simping, or is he being tender, or is he keeping it real? maybe he's keeping it real. He says, I hope you got the tattoo removed. It's not like he's saying, yo, you better not remove the tattoo. He's like, I hope you got it removed. So you embarrassing. You were really a good girl. It says, such a narcissist. You took back my watch. Taking back the watch is kind of tough still. The repossession of the watch, that's fire. Can't lie. There's nothing to really speak on. And then he says, that's your nigga now? We talk. So you come to Miami, don't let me know, huh?
He ain't stepping, but he tender though.
Who are these bitches? Let me Google their name. Cabriana Future.
You ain't even supposed to be mentioning nigga. You just supposed to mention the embarrassment and the tattoo getting removed. Okay. That's it.
Where can I find yours?
People just say that shit about the tattoo getting removed.
Cabriana, Briona, Jessica, etc. Future got a harem. Anyway. Unfortunately, I guess it's still part of news. Yo, chat, this whole shit is blown up. Didn't I tell y'all about this whole Cardi B shit, man? How the hell Cardi B left one cheater to go get a bigger cheater, man? This shit don't make no sense, right? Like, the math wasn't mathing. So apparently now, what ended up happening is that Cardi B's boyfriend, which is Stephon Diggs, apparently he been getting exposed left, right, and center. He got all type of chicks. Like, he got a chick pregnant. He is whatever you thought Offset was, he's 20 times worse. All right. Now,
ain't no way you can
apparently
be
a chick was tired of Stephon Diggs trying to hide her and essentially blew up his spot. Now, if you don't know, Stephon Diggs is dating Cardi B. Cardi B left Offset because Offset's a cheater. She got with Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs has been known for long dicking half of these rap niggas in Atlanta bitches. He's fucking all of the popping rappers, baby mamas, all type of shit. For whatever reason, that's who Cardi B's attracted to. Cardi B gets with this nigga, and less than a month after getting with him, everything's getting exposed. That basically the grass ain't green over the other side. You just left one cheater for another cheater. Okay, so now this is Stephon Diggs begging this girl for something. I don't know. It says, Sky, I know you're upset right now, but that was a lot. Hope we could actually have a convo when you're not upset. She says, you don't fuck with me. You showed me that from the beginning until the end. No need to pretend. It's cool. I can take it on the chin. I just hate the disrespect and dishonesty. You really did the most, and I've never done a thing to you, no matter how you want to spin it. Steph, good luck. This ain't for me. He says, shake my head. Okay, get up. You gonna fuck? Stop this shit. Let me know when you're ready to be adult. She says, I'm cool, bro. I don't like niggas that treat me like that or talk to me like that. Never have I experienced some shit like that. And then she said in the caption, I ain't nobody's secret, and he knows how I give it up. And you could run with this too. Yo no tenga vergüenza mama gueva, whatever. So she was recording him blowing up her phone. She said, clearly I got two phones. This is supposedly them.
This got to be the biggest snitch era ever.
Yeah. Then this was earlier last month. Stephon was clearly trying to fuck, hit her. He hit her on some, where you at? I don't know. The fuck? This is a video or something like that. So what are you doing? She said, home doing what? He said, nothing. Was on the phone talking shit. What you doing? Stephon said, I'm downstairs, was waiting to see something I don't like. Says, huh? He says, I hate when a nigga act like he wasn't just crashing out being a stalker, but I'll let them have the social media and play my part so he could get his clout. So they're basically admitting that, Stephon Diggs is just fucking with Cardi for the clout, supposedly, right? What else? There's some other bullshit that kind of came about. And I ain't gonna lie, man. What is this? Oh, some other shit. Cardi, congratulations. You've outdone yourself. You've left one cheater, found a bigger cheater, and now the embarrassment you're gonna see, or you probably felt will Offset. At least you had some kids with a nigga, you married a nigga. Stephon Diggs gonna do the same thing. It's all good. It's all good. So all these chicks is realizing that because rappers fuck the same group of girls, none of them are really staying faithful, and it is what it is. All right, I know I feel like anytime I start talking about like relationship shit like that, y'all be like, yo, bro, we just don't give a fuck. Get back to the rap. Get back to the rap shit, man. Okay, where we at right now? Well, we are at 4 hours on a time clock, but really 3.5 because I did a 30-minute intro. Give me 1 second. Somebody said every man is cheater. Every man except me. I don't cheat, nigga. I don't cheat. Let me see. Okay. Top 5 is responding to Soulja Boy dissing Drake. He posted this. He said, Soulja, you and last in my city. Just shut up, Crody. All right. Let me see what else. This is because Soulja Boy first said, yo, you a bitch ass nigga Drake. Keep playing with me. I'm going to show your pussy ass. And then he also had said before, he said he's not mad at Drake. He's mad at the people who Drake hang around, supposedly, right? So that's that. Let me see what else.
I should have spent on it.
I feel like we covered this already. Did we cover this already? All right. I may have covered some of this already. All right. What I did want to kind of touch on was the turkey leg hut situation. Yo, chat, this is going to be a hell of a movie. Whenever 50 makes this movie, this shit going to be fire. Now, apparently in southern states, there's something called turkey leg hut. And it's a place where Negroes really go to. They be having a party up in there. Apparently it's a food spot, but like that shit is like, it gives vibes. Everybody's in there. And it's like a good time. Now, the one in Houston, I don't know if it's everywhere or only in Houston. Apparently, they had a lot of bullshit going on there, right? So according to, the owner got indicted, and they're saying that the turkeys have came home to roost. The FBI says that the former turkey leg owner sold drugs out of the restaurant. Check this out. Okay, there's always a fucking ad, bro.
Buy your tickets at Ticketmaster.
Make sure you copy tickets to my show.
New at 3 bombshell claims in the federal arson case against the former Turkey Leg Hut co-owner. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Andy Serrano.
And I'm Lisa Hernandez. Right now, a judge is deciding whether to keep Lynn Price in custody after prosecutors shared concerns that he threatened a witness or potential jurors. KPRC2's Bryce Newberry live in the newsroom after hours in the courtroom this morning. Bryce.
Yeah, Lisa and Andy, for the former Turkey Leg Hut owner, federal prosecutors say the turkeys have come home to roost. They say for years, Lynn Price has tried to keep his hands clean of crimes, paying off others to do the dirty work, and they want to keep him in custody. During a more than 2-hour hearing, an FBI agent testified that Price paid $1,400 to have his ex-business partner's bar, 5015, blown up nearly 5 years ago. This is surveillance video from that early morning in June of 2020 when mass.
So the reason why this is like some like power or like some crazy like empire type of shit, the guy who owns this turkey leg spot paid for people to like burn down like a competitor, right? Not only that, they're selling weed in the back. Like this is a Turkey Leg Hut was like a restaurant. They were selling weed in Turkey Leg Hut packages. It's crazy.
Men poured gasoline all over the patio before that fire that then caused an explosion and destroyed the building. An indictment unsealed last week alleges that Lynn Price orchestrated this plan. The owner of that bar allegedly told FBI agents he initially planned to bring Lynn Price into that business, but then decided not to. The owner allegedly turned down a box of cash Lynn Price brought him to be part of the ownership team. And then when Bar 5015 started selling crawfish, apparently using the Turkey Leg Hut supplier, the owner said Lynn Price called screaming and hollering and threatened to blow the place up. So in the past, Lynn Price went to federal prison on tax fraud related charges. Once he got out on supervised release, prosecutors allege that he's been involved in other criminal activity, including paying a co-defendant in this arson case to steal vehicles and heavy machinery. The FBI agent testified under oath that same co-defendant admitted to bringing truckloads of hydro marijuana from California that would be stored at the Turkey Leg Hut and then got sold at the restaurant. The FBI agent testified under oath that same co-defendant admitted to bringing truckloads of hydro marijuana from California that would be stored at the Turkey Leg Hut and then got sold at the restaurant in custom branded packaging. Prosecutors allege Lynn Price got the proceeds and gave some of the money to that co-defendant. And while he's not charged connected to those allegations specifically, Price's attorney argues he is not a danger to the community. He's actually helped the community after natural disasters.
Mr. Lyndall Price deserves a bond for various reasons. One, being that he's not a danger to the community. You heard multiple testimony as a
if he paid people to go burn down his competitor's store, I think he is a danger.
Relates to his community involvement, the things that he does for the community. But more importantly, the co-defendants that are on his indictment have all been given a bond. So we're asking for equity and asking for a bond similar to the other people on his indictment.
The federal judge ended this hearing by saying there's a lot to think about and she's going to chew on it. We don't yet know when she'll make a decision about keeping Lynn Price in custody.
And Bryce, we understand Lynn Price is accused of another arson in this current indictment. What did you find out about that?
Yeah, Andy, in April of 2020, prosecutors say he paid a co-defendant to steal a 1975 Chevy Nova because Lynn Price wanted the engine out of it. But once they took that truck to the mechanic, they found out it had been stolen from a police officer who owned it. It was then found burned near railroad tracks and a retention pond. Now, around both of these alleged arsons, prosecutors say call records show the two men were in touch.
And Bryce, we know you sat in court throughout the morning. What was Price's demeanor like in court today, and what do we know about what happens next?
Lisa, Lynn Price was still handcuffed and shackled. He was wearing an olive green jumpsuit. He had many people there to support him and seemed hopeful at the beginning of this hearing. He was nodding at them as they came in, but then as the hearing went on, he seemed to keep his head down. And then at times when some of these new allegations came out and were discussed, he would appear to react and shake his head. He was then taken.
Yeah, this shit is like a real life, a movie of Power or like version of Power. They would blow up their competitors' shit. They were selling drugs instead of food. Well, I mean, they were selling food too, but they were operating in a crazy criminal way and also being flashy and over the top, which is kind of like ridiculous if they thought they weren't gonna get caught. You get what I'm saying? So, if you ask me, I think there's gonna be a great Netflix series made about this, but the Turkey Leg Hut owner has been indicted, and we're getting details about all type of bullshit that they were pulling. I think 50 even has something to say about it. Probably deleted it, didn't he? I think he did. Yeah, he did. Huh. Yeah, we did cover Derek.
From serving turkey legs to federal charges. Welcome back.
By the way, I hear this. I've never been there. I heard it was lit, though. I heard it was so lit they had to put a dress code in.
Back to Park Jones. Today, we're diving into the shocking fall of Lindell Price, the former co-owner of Houston's renowned Turkey Leg Hut, who was arrested and indicted for allegedly orchestrating an arson that destroyed Bar 5015 in 2020. According to a U.S. attorney, officials believe the fire was intentionally set, and if found guilty, Lindell faces up to 20 years in prison. This case not only highlights a personal downfall, but it's just another incident in the never-ending drama that has come from the Turkey Leg Hut. Established in 2017 in Houston's 3rd Ward, the Turkey Leg Hut quickly became a culinary sensation, known for its unique take on turkey legs and vibrant atmosphere. Co-founded by Lindell and his then-wife Nakia, the restaurant attracted celebrities and food enthusiasts alike, symbolizing entrepreneurial success within the P15, a nearby establishment owned by Steve Rogers, who was also the co-owner of the Turkey Leg Hut. Initial evidence led investigators to believe that the explosion was intentionally set. Fortunately, no injuries were reported, but the incident sent shockwaves throughout the community.
It's kind of been surreal.
A tough hit back-to-back for Bar 5015 owner Steven Rogers, the well-known business owner and Houston socialite, just climbing back into business following nearly a 2-month-long shutdown during the pandemic, and now this.
It really hurts us all to see the boards, the nails, you're just lightly stepping over things.
A fire to his bar set on purpose caused a massive explosion, according to fire investigators.
We just had an explosion in the 5100 block of Alameda.
A splintered wood and debris covered Alameda Road.
It's almost like losing a child, almost, because it's been all the texts I've been getting is the first thing is sorry for your loss. My condolences goes out to you.
This loss bringing a range of emotions to Rogers.
So with disbelief, then it went to amazement. Then when we got to see different views of what happened, it was kind of, hurtful at that point.
Hurtful, heartbreaking to see his space that was just thriving hours earlier blown to pieces.
Put a lot of work into building out a space where people be proud of.
Rogers has played a big role in guiding and protecting Almeda's growth, a partner of Turkey Leg Hut and supporter of their neighboring businesses, all Black owned, all working to keep the identity in this historical African-American neighborhood, but adding new vibes.
I think it's good for the community. We was building up a lot of good energy on Alameda with this place, with Martini Bar, with Legends, Turkey Leg Hut, Reggae Hut, Green Seed.
The following month, Steve filed a lawsuit against Lindell and Nakia alleging financial mismanagement and was later awarded $931,000. This lawsuit, plus other financial troubles, contributed to Nakia filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in 2024. She said the move was to help reposition and strengthen the Turkey Leg Hut. However, it permanently closed later that year. The explosion at Bar 5015 faded into distant memory, but in April 2025, federal authorities arrested Lindell and two accomplices, charging them with conspiracy to commit arson and related offenses.
Begin right now with a major development in the explosion of Bar 5015 5 years ago that was caught on camera. That popular spot blew up 5 years ago, scattering debris all over the place.
Yeah, and this afternoon, 3 arrests in this case, including the former owner of the embattled Turkey Leg Hut. Lindell Lynn Price is accused of paying people to send that bar up in flames.
Price and his alleged accomplices appearing in federal court in the last 2 hours. Jason Miles live there with the latest details. Jason.
Hey there, guys. Yeah, I just got word that Lynn Price will be held in federal custody until a detention hearing next Thursday. Meanwhile, 2 alleged accomplices heard charges against them this afternoon before being released pending their next court dates here in federal court. Take a look. Lindell Lynn Price's indictment is for conspiracy to commit arson of a commercial building, that bar, and conspiracy to use an interstate facility to commit arson of a vehicle. Now, according to investigators, Price plotted to set fire to Bar 5015, which was owned by another former co-owner of the Turkey Leg Hut. I covered that fire nearly 5 years ago, which resulted in a big explosion, as you mentioned, at the bar out on Alameda Road. The FBI says Lynn Price allegedly recruited and paid co-defendants Armani Williams and John Lee Price, no relation, and others to pour gas in the bar, then set it on fire. In a separate incident, Lynn Price accused of paying John Lee Price and others to set fire to a stolen car.
If convicted, Lindell faces up to 20 years in federal prison and a $250,000 fine. Despite the arson, Steve was able to rebuild Bar 5015 and it's thriving. But let's take it back to Lindell. So he is innocent until proven guilty, but it's clear that he has a long journey ahead and
unrelated drug case over in Mississippi, which his attorney did not want.
Man, that nigga's a gangster, man. That nigga was doing everything. It's gonna make for a good movie. He's gonna jail for a long time, though. Who cares? All right, man. Am I running out of topics today? Oh. I'm running low on sleep. Last night I didn't sleep that much. Why did I sleep? I don't know. Okay. I desperately need a new topic. Chat, spam up a topic quickly. I know it's basically Saturday morning. Spam up a topic quickly, people. It's like a Tubi movie? Yeah, it could be a fire Tubi movie. Nigga do kind of look like Suge Knight too. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's a fact. What? 1090 Jake exposed. Y'all just be saying anything. Loose cannon, bro. We're not even getting into that. Cardi and Yachty beef. I think that's old. That's old. YB. I'm gonna call YB tomorrow. Fire Festival, that shit's postponed. Tariffs, Yachty, Caribou. I think they're gonna. We covered Yachty and Caribou yesterday. I think they're gonna resolve it. DJ Head and Mall, like we kind of watched all that already. Ryan Garcia, no. Okay. The two dudes who got snitched on for fake streams. What are you talking about? Go Yayo interview. Yeah, you guys can go watch it on my main channel. Yeah, I'm not trying to talk about Whack and Loose, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I even told Whack today. I thought it was like fake. But, like, Whack said certain shit to me, and he expressed some concerns. Like, you know.
I don't know how many blocks I got left. Feel like I got about down 10. All right.
I'm 22. No. I'm not calling Whack. All right, man. Chat. I'm calling it, bro. I'm getting the fuck off here. Yeah, it's a very short stream today, Chad, but I'm off of here. We still completed day 5 or day. Oh no, it's day 7. It's day 7. Chat. I'm currently planning the show. I see a couple of people. You know what I mean? People are still copping tickets for the show. I'm still planning the show. I'm trying to get some people to pull up. You know what I mean? So who's gonna pop out? Who's in town? A lot of the people who I fuck with, like, schedules are a real issue. That's the hardest thing about trying to get people to come to some shit. But you guys go cop some tickets to that. Chat, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I got Vlad in the morning, and because I got Vlad in the morning, so I'm doing Vlad's platform in the morning. I'm finna get off here tonight, so don't hate me, please. I gotta do Vlad, then I'm gonna come back and stream, and yeah, I think that's it.
I'm a hustler on a mission, grinding for that spot, a brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners home, they pay attention. I'm sticking to my vision, on the road to the riches. Every single day, I'm a hustler on a mission, trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365, until I reach the heaven.